Over here.
Welcome to UCR's Department of Theater, Film, and Digital Production. Please take this opportunity to silence all cell phones and noise-making devices. Also, in the unlikely event of an evacuation, please take a moment to locate the exit nearest you. In the spirit of Rupert and Jeanette Costo's founding relationship to our campus, we would like to respectfully acknowledge and recognize our responsibility to the original and current caretakers of this land, water, and air, the Cahuilla, Tongva, Luiseño, and Serrano peoples, and all of their ancestors and descendants, past, present, and future. We are grateful to have the opportunity to live, work, and create on these beautiful homelands. Enjoy the show.
Hello, and welcome to the second night of Playworks 2026. I'm Professor Donatella Galella, the Artistic Director of the Department of Theater, Film, and Digital Production. I'm here tonight on behalf of Professor Erith Jaffe-Berg, who unfortunately could not join us. But this is her 19th year of producing Playworks. Let's give her a round of applause. We're honored to share with you new short plays by our magnificent MFA graduate students. We're grateful to you for joining us in person or online because your valuable feedback via audible responses or just vibes will be actually valuable to our writers to understand how things can be improved in their work. We also have on hand our fabulous professional respondent, Aaron Henney, a playwright and artistic director of Theater Dybbuk. And he will personally engage with our playwrights as well. In addition, just so you know, we will have an intermission. Please take note of the emergency exits, silence or turn off your cell phones and smartwatches. Finally, our deep thanks go to the tremendous team that put on Playworks. Our production staff, our videography team, our stage management team, our casting team, our social media team, our actors, our directors, and especially playwriting professors Megan Tabake and Paige Goodwin. Again, thank you all for coming tonight. It's important for us to take a chance on original stories written by real people, not pillaging from ChatGPT, not duplicating existing IP. After all that work, let's play and enjoy Playworks.
Peter and Mr. SMEE, a 10-minute play, written by Maya Salem, directed by Kimberly Guerrero.
In a parked car, Rue, dressed as Peter Pan, is very chill. Jamie is dressed as Mr. SMEE, Captain Hook's bumbly first mate. She is antsy.
Nobody knows if I'll survive this. Is this even like me?
What are you talking about? You'll be fine. This isn't the start of your life.
It could be. And I'm not about to face it dressed like someone who I'm not. I'd rather get forced into a hot dog eating contest, get shamed at bar trivia for submitting an absolutely stupid, illogical, "Are you sure you finished the 5th grade answer?" Remember that?
Oh my god, that was embarrassing.
But very funny. We had 0 shot at winning that thing. I think it was a thing for couples anyway. What was I saying? Yeah, I would rather dramatically quit a restaurant job, literally throw in the towel, say, "I quit," and just walk out, while the eavesdropping patrons are pretending not to watch me as I weave through the tables on my way out. Or go to the funeral of someone I was only tangentially acquainted with, be one of the only people there, and get guilted into giving a eulogy. Or, I don't know, rob a bank.
So you'd rather go to jail than to a party?
A costume party. Fine, I wouldn't rather go to jail. I'd do something that doesn't have consequences.
Everything has consequences.
Well, I wouldn't want it to go on my permanent record or whatever.
That's not a real thing.
It's absolutely a real thing. That's what they always threatened us with in school.
So you're scared of authority?
No. Okay, whatever. Yes, I was. Used to be. I never did anything anyway.
What are you talking about? You're so adventurous. What about the famous midnight joyride?
Well, that's not...
I distinctly remember a story about stealing the custodian's golf cart or whatever because he had left the keys in it. You were off-roading, squealing through the buildings of your high school, probably leaving donut tracks in your wake.
Oh, yeah, well, maybe I exaggerated a few things.
Whatever. Doing donuts on the golf cart is plenty cool. And now look, you're totally rocking this Mr. SMEE thing. So let's hit the open seas.
Is this even cool?
What does it matter?
I've never been to a costume party. I just missed out on a few things, and now I'm too old. I grew up. I wasn't courageous. I didn't yell at my parents. I didn't slam doors. I just waited around, and somehow I grew up into a boring adult. I don't think I have an imagination anymore. Just like Mr. SMEE.
Yes, notoriously one of the least courageous characters in Disney history. Why'd you let me be Peter Pan then? That's the point of a costume party. Well, it's a mask.
Look at you. You have character. You have skeletons in your closet. You did something potentially bad years ago, and you're fine now. Better because of it, probably. You've experienced more of life's dangers and thrills than I have, and you got away with it.
Jamie.
What?
Can we just go inside? Can you let me out of my own car? Why is the child lock on?
What did I say wrong?
Seriously, dude?
Oh, the car thing? It's not a big deal. You don't even know what happened.
Not a big deal?
Rude. Sorry I said anything. If you want to go inside, we can. Mr. SMEE reporting for costume party duty. I'll survive, I promise.
Will you?
What?
It's nothing.
Ugh, I hate when the accessory light turns off. Like, in this day and age with smart cars, how does it not know people are still inside? I have to turn the car on again just for the lights. Let's just go
rob
home.
something.
Okay. Yeah. Hell yeah, let's do it. We're gonna rob something tonight. So do I just look for the closest bank or jewelry store? What's the plan? Does a bank sound good? Okay, here, Google says the closest bank is 0.3 miles away. Or, actually, we probably want to go the other way around the block. I don't want to make any unprotected left into the bank. Right turns are always better. Quicker, safer.
Jamie, so I was joking. I think most robberies happen during the day. You know, when there's workers around. When the bank is closed, there's a whole lot more locked doors to get through.
Oh.
I also think we would need slightly more time to plan a robbery. What do we know about the security of the place? What's the layout? Also, what are we looking for? Money, security, deposit boxes? How are we carrying
Oh my
it?
God, you're being no fun. You're supposed to be supporting me. I just opened my heart and told you that I missed something out on being brave in my youth. But now, this is my moment.
Yes, I know, Mr. Sneed.
That's right. I am Mr. SMEE.
I hear you. I just think we should think through a few things. Like, are we pretending we have weapons? Do we have a getaway plan?
No weapons. Mr. SMEE doesn't like violence. He believes in humane crimes. As for a getaway, we have our ship.
No, I'm not driving. You're the midnight golf cart riding just for the thrill of it person.
No, I'm not. The custodian was actually there. He just gave me a ride to my car because it was dark and I was scared to walk alone. He's a nice guy.
Oh,
He still sends us a holiday card every year. His daughter just got into med school, UPenn.
oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah, nice, quite the legacy. Well, if I'm getting over my thing, you're getting over yours. You're driving tonight. You are my getaway driver, my ride or die. We're doing this.
I can't.
Don't say that.
I haven't driven since. I don't drive.
Right, Peter Pan doesn't drive, he flies. Think of the happiest things, it's the same as having wings. Take the path that moonbeams wake. If the moon is still awake, you'll see him wink his eye. You can fly, you can fly, you can fly.
I can still hear the sound of her helmet smashing against the metal sheet of the sign. The way her bicycle went soaring through the air in front of the windshield, bouncing on its back tire, then soaring into the air again, and my foot pressing the gas anyway, turning the corner. I couldn't get my eyes to look into the rear view mirror. I couldn't look back.
Wait, I have the perfect idea. Sorry to interrupt.
It's fine. You didn't interrupt. What's your idea?
Okay. So, what if we called 911 for another crime, sent all the police over on the other side of town, and then went in and, you know, did our own heist? Like, oh, okay, so we could go and stage another crime or mystery, you know, hold, you know, really confuse them with a bunch of clues, set the officers on the wrong path. Okay, hold on. Am I, like, really good at this? My britches here.
I think you already have, Mr. Smee.
But, like, why don't other criminals think of this? Surely we can't be the first ones to come up with a plan this airtight.
Right.
Okay, maybe airtight is too presumptuous, but it's got potential, right?
So I'm hearing you want to commit 2 crimes. You're gonna complain, but I have more questions.
No questions. Let's just do it, just because.
There are other illegal things we can do that are morally deplorable and won't send us to prison, like a really loud boom noise complaint, or just knowing the police and getting charged with obstruction of justice.
No, this doesn't sound fun. People commit crimes like every day. Are none of them fun?
They have motivation.
We have have motivation.
They're doing it for the end product, like money or revenge. That end justifies the means. I don't think you want any of those things. You don't have a destination, so to speak.
Wow, thanks for pointing that out.
You're welcome. I'm just saying I don't have a destination. And that's okay. We're just in the journey part of life together.
Well, if we're doing it for the journey, our journeys, tell me how you want to spend it.
Okay, so
Peter Pan has an idea.
we're not going to the party.
Okay.
We have another adventure planned for the night.
Okay, let's hear it.
It was never so much of the party that I wanted to go to. I think it was getting out of the car, the walking up into the front steps, the journey of it. I know you think that you lack courage, that you despise costume parties, that you're terrified of feeling like you'll never know who you really are, and that
This is new.
This is Peter Pan talking to Mr. SMEE. Shut up. I know that you think Captain Hook will never see you for your true potential, and to be honest, I don't know that much about Mr. SMEE. Okay, obviously I'm talking to you now. I love that the most terrifying thing for you is to walk into a party when you don't feel like yourself. I love that you want to live an adventure that challenges your sense of bravery.
Is that a thimble?
It came with a costume. I thought it was fitting. Anyway, will you be my best friend forever and ever?
Does this mean we're still planning a heist tonight?
This means I'm with you. I trust whatever you have in store. I just don't want to grow up without you.
Okay. We'll be up with the greats. Bonnie and Clyde, Thelma and Louise, Peter and Mr. SMEE. Okay. Get in that driver's seat and start the car.
Buckled up, Mr. SMEE.
Aye, aye, Peter. Ready the sails and haul away!
End of play.
This is CUSTARD SPEAKS, a 10-minute play by Gabby Chavez, directed by Paige Goodwin.
This is the 5th time this week. What has gotten into you? Hey, how are we supposed to fix this relationship if you keep walking away?
Knock, knock, knock.
Thank God you're here, Miss Tabitha. It's been problem after problem with...
Can we make this quick? I have to make it a pickleball tournament in 30.
I booked you for a full hour.
Sorry, hun. The court calls.
Does this mean I can get a discount?
So, when did you start noticing changes in your relationship?
It started about a month ago. Are you sure I can't get a discount? $750 for half an hour seems kinda...
I'm getting something. Lots of negative energy. Ah, yes. This is the source.
See, the reason I reached out to you on Facebook is he's been having these accidents, or not accidents. Would they be called purposes, he's peeing everywhere. He just hasn't been himself.
Don't worry, we'll get to the bottom of this. I'm getting it now. It's jealousy. It's resentment. It's Dylan.
What? How did you?
We have to get this show on the road. The best way to get to the root of the problem is for you to speak directly. I am going to channel his voice. Imagine you are talking to him, not me. Tabitha isn't here anymore. I am just a vessel for... What's your cat's name?
Custard.
I am just a vessel for Custard to speak freely to you. Understand?
Yes.
Custard! Please use my body so you can speak to Layla. What's happening? I can't speak. Layla? Layla! Look at this!
That's great. But this isn't the reason I hired her.
Huh. It's not every day a cat takes over some middle-aged woman's body. Why do I have the urge to play pickleball?
We have some serious issues to work out.
Oh, please. Can't handle a little pee here and there?
I shouldn't have to, Custard.
Fine. You want to talk about issues? I think we really need to consider a name change. A guy eats custard one time, and suddenly that's your name forever. My great-grandpa was Megatron. I want to be Megatron.
I didn't pay her so we could talk about your name.
You're the one that wanted me to speak.
Custard, you can't just mark everything that's mine.
That dweeb you called your boyfriend did.
Dylan was a lot of things, but at least he was house trained.
What about...
No, that was only once. Listen, we don't have a lot of time. Could we just move forward? Dylan and I broke up a month ago.
And yet he's all you talk about. Custard, do you think Dylan will come back? Custard, why were you being so mean to him? Custard, don't pee on things. I miss him. What did you see in him? He always smells like skunk. Took your money. He seriously thought the Little Rice Krispie was a good rapper name? You deserve so much better than that.
But he was always there. I mean, he didn't have a car, so he didn't have a choice, but still. And now he's just gone, and now I'm alone.
That's what I've been trying to say. You're not alone.
By peeing on my things.
You see right through me. It's like you forgot about me.
Custard, I could never forget about you. Maybe we save that for later.
Skunk.
Now is not a good... Dylan?
What's up?
Dylan.
I hired a pet psychic to channel and speak for Custard.
Whoa, Custard, how's it going, little dude?
Dylan, would you like to come inside?
You've got to be kidding. Are we forgetting that he broke up with you to pursue his SoundCloud career?
I think we can try to forgive and forget.
Sick! Nice to be back at the old pad. Can't stay too long, though. My mom's waiting out there, and she's got a pickleball tournament in 30, so...
I just...
Why is this wet? Whatever. Layla? Little dude? I came to apologize. I was wrong. I shouldn't have turned my back on my homies. My day ones.
Wow. I never thought I'd get an apology from...
Yeah, so how long till I move back in?
What? You are not considering.
But Custard, he apologized. Kinda.
Yeah, forgive and forget, dude.
You can't destroy her, make me pick up the pieces, and then come back as if nothing ever happened.
Oh, you're totally right, little dude. That's why I prepared something else.
Please, no.
Oh, I'm a real baller. You know that's that. I make you like better than just your cat. I need a place to live. My mom's kicking me out. I also need $5,000. Kick me out. Little Rice Krispie, out of here. Or trying to get back in here, you know.
You gotta be meowing, kidding me.
Custard!
You had her on the verge of cutting her bangs every other day. Do you know how hard it is to hide scissors without thumbs?
What about you, Layla? Do you want to be alone? Or do you want to get back with the rising star, Little Rice Krispie?
Layla, you can't do this. He's using you.
Come on, Layla. I have 4 SoundCloud followers now.
Did you get your bedwetting issues under control too?
That was one time.
Can you just try to get along with Custard?
Of course. Custard, come here, little dude. There you go, buddy. Ah! You bit me! You're crazy, lady!
That's Custard to you, and I'll do it again. She deserves so much better than you.
Don't you see, Layla? He's the problem. He's the one who keeps getting between us.
For good reason. All you do is take, take, take. Well, no more, you SoundCloud rapping skunk smelling idiot.
Okay. Wait, Custard. Please. Let me speak for myself. Dylan, I miss you.
So we're getting back together.
But I'm not alone without you. I have Custard.
Ha ha, sucker. I've always wanted to do that. See ya never.
You want to be a crazy cat lady? I won't stop you.
No, you won't.
You sure you can't even follow me again on SoundCloud? Fine. Then this is the last time you'll see all of this.
Good.
Mom, wait, don't leave me here. Oh.
His smell is still here.
I can help with that.
Thanks. But I also don't want to be cleaning up more of your pee. Or Miss Tabitha's, either. Custard? Or Megatron?
Yes.
Do you really think I deserve better?
I think you deserve the whole world. If you enjoyed your session, could you give me a good review on Yelp?
End of play.
Proximity, written by Cecilia Zugel, directed by Emma Howard. A ransacked store. Claire picks up a camcorder.
Holy shit, no way! Bunch of videos of trees? Maybe from before?
She sets the camera down on the counter and presses to record.
Hello, world! This is day 1 of Claire Hansen's Zombie Apocalypse Diary. Judging by everything, I'd say it's been about 30 days since whatever it is happened. I don't really know what happened. I mean, I haven't actually seen anyone around to tell me what happened. It's a very lonely apocalypse. Reminds me of that song by Oceana. I am alone, I am alone, I am alone in the universe.
A zombie enters and approaches Claire from behind. Just as it looks like she's toast, Peter appears in the doorway of the store and grapples the zombie away, killing it and throwing it out. Jesus, do you have some kind of death wish?
Peter slams the door shut.
And stop touching my shit.
What?
Peter opens the window and raises his gun.
What are you doing? Isn't shooting at them just gonna attract more?
What is this, The Walking Dead? They don't work like that, idiot.
Sorry. I don't know, I've just been avoiding them.
How do you not know? Oh my God, were you like not there when everything happened?
I was on a hiking trip, 8 days, came out of the woods, got to my car. Things were weirdly quiet. I drove a little ways down the mountain. Didn't get far before I had to stop because I realized the roads were just fucking unusable. They just abandoned all the cars.
I know. And you've gone this long without seeing anyone else. Makes sense? Anybody who's made it this far is probably hiding. Can't be around other people. That's all they care about, not noises or blood or any of that stupid shit we saw in movies. It's about proximity. They don't like it when too many of us are in the same place. They can sense it. The more people group up, the more of them come in and balance it out. He shoots another zombie out the window.
There's only 2 of us.
Peter.
Peter, Claire, there's only 2 of us.
Well, considering you didn't see anyone else your entire way here, maybe that's enough to put them on edge now.
Jesus Christ, so there really is no one.
And they finished most people off really fast. The cities, I mean, it was a bloodbath, but we're only 2 out in the middle of nowhere, so we're probably only attracting the ones within like 5-mile radius or something. Not like they're coming in from all over the country. Yet. Thanks to you, we're both going to be here a while. There's not that many out here, but they'll gather, get hungry. Not smart to be caught out in the open when they're like that. Better to just stay and pick them off as they come. May as well get comfortable.
Claire puts down her bag. She finds some beans under the counter and opens them into a small pot over a tiny camping stove.
I walked like 10 days out from here, all the way home, looking for my mom. She wasn't there. The hummingbirds were all around the feeder, fucking starving, wondering where she went. I'm gonna keep hiking. Go straight up the AT, find my little brother. He's in Vermont.
Did you not hear what I was saying? They don't like groups. On the off chance he is still alive, you can't live with your brother.
I'm gonna find him. There's nothing else I can do.
She brings the pot with 2 spoons over to Peter. He puts down his gun.
Soup's up.
Thank you.
They eat. Peter looks out the window.
When you're done, I'll head out.
You shouldn't be out there at night.
Claire starts to pack her things into her bag.
I was out there finding shelter every night for almost a month. I'll be fine.
No, you won't. If you haven't seen them around other people, you haven't seen them like this, when they have intent, you know? Best way to go about it is just stake out, pick them off as they show up, leave in the light when you can see them coming.
I can handle.
Look, I know it's not ideal. You think I want you around in my space making me a target? Look, I can't have your death on my hands, okay? Please just stay and get some rest. I'll take the first shift in case any more show up.
So what's on the camcorder that you didn't want me messing with? All I saw were a bunch of random videos of...
I try to document things that are still beautiful. Like when I see birds and flowers and stuff, things feel less bleak when you imagine that someone has witnessed all this, I guess. Feels like it's for a purpose.
You know, you could say that, like, narrate a little or something. As it is, I didn't even know what I was looking at.
Beautiful things speak for themselves. They don't need me getting in the way. I don't need to be the center of attention. Unlike some people who are out here making apocalypse singing vlogs.
Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. I didn't think anybody would watch it, let alone that someone was listening, like, as I was...
Did I hear Oceana?
You know Oceana? I mean, it's perfect for right now. I've been alone, I've been alone, I've been alone in the universe.
Those aren't the lyrics.
But they're true now. We're not alone. You're here.
Right.
What? It's true.
It's nothing to be happy about.
Speak for yourself.
They eat again. A prolonged silence.
People need other people. He needs me.
What?
My brother. I need to make sure he's okay.
Claire, he's...
It's important to me to know he's okay. I used to want to kill myself a lot. I'm just such a fuck up at everything. I just wanted to disappear. Now everybody else did. But I'm still here. He has to be the reason, you know? He has to be okay. Because otherwise, everything ended and I'm alone and that's worth nothing. That's my worst nightmare. Sorry, that's too much.
No, it's fine. I get it.
Peter eats more before responding.
My best friend was in D.C. when everything happened. He had the job on some hill, had a job on the hill. I didn't understand, wore fancy suits, talked to smart people. I guess I was proud of him, but also jealous because he moved on and did something and I stayed here. And I was the same old person I'd always been. I was a person who didn't go for anything. I sort of just played it safe. Told myself there was always more time to do everything. Thought maybe I'd travel, go back to school, I don't know, get married. Now nothing I wanted to do even exists. Maybe not my worst nightmare, but pretty bad.
Claire has stopped eating.
I'm sorry.
What are you sorry for?
I don't know, I'm just sorry.
She starts to cry.
Hey, it's okay, it's okay, hey.
She turns to him, and he kisses her. She pulls away with a surprised gasp.
Sorry, I just...
Claire pulls him back in and kisses him.
Time moves differently.
A connection.
They sleep in each other's arms.
Morning. Peter shoots.
Jesus, thank you.
Of course. Told you it's dangerous. Hey, about what happened.
Would you want to come with me?
What?
Like, on the trail. We could just have someone to talk to who knows Oceana. I mean, that's even better.
No, it's not possible.
Why?
We'd be hunted on all sides, all the time.
You're a good shot.
Not like that, I'm not.
So what? You're just gonna sit around here and wait to die?
No. I'm gonna stay alive. With no one else nearby, I'm guaranteed to survive.
Yes, you can do all the things you always wanted to do that don't exist anymore.
That's not fair. I want to live.
Live with nothing and nobody.
You said it yourself. We don't even know each other.
So you'll die hanging out with the person you don't even know, or you'll die here, alone, in the same place you always were. Or, if you're really lucky, you'll go out with a brilliant bang when some other idiot takes shelter.
Stop trying to convince me. You go. I'll cover you.
Claire holds on to the moment a little longer, looking at him, then gathers her things and turns to the door.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for being there for me. My new best friend at the end of the world.
Claire, it was nice. I'm not trying to say it wasn't nice.
I know what you're saying.
Claire starts to open the door.
Wait.
He grabs a camcorder and records her.
Sing me something, so I have it to keep.
We are alone, always alone. We are alone in the universe.
She heads out the door.
Take care of yourself. Have a wonderful life.
She closes it behind her. Peter stands still, waiting for a moment. He shakes himself from his reverie and moves to the window, starts shooting. He quietly sings the refrain.
We are alone, always alone. We are alone in the universe.
He stops, puts down his gun, looks around the room, and contemplates. Then he gets up, opens the front door, steps onto the stoop, and yells out.
Claire! Claire, wait! Claire!
End of play.
Rats by Bailey Muse. Characters: Lily, Smiter of Rats.
Dan, her partner.
Setting: an apartment. Present.
Hey, I'm back. Re-entering the orbit of apartment. Do I spy a heavenly body?
Oh, shut it, astronaut.
Sweetie, what exactly are you doing?
I'm hunting.
With a broom?
The rat is back.
The rat.
Yeah, the rat. The rat is back.
Maybe? We killed it, remember? We snapped its neck in one of the traps, threw its corpse in the dumpster out back.
Wait, listen.
I don't hear anything.
Shh, quiet.
Maybe you scared it off with your swinging.
Well, no, not this one. This one is fearless.
Okay. How about this? I'll go back out right now. I'll go to the hardware store and pick up some more traps.
No, what, wait. No. I mean, it won't work.
They worked last time.
That's what it wanted us to think.
You know, it's probably a different rat. Multiple rats, realistically.
It's the same. The same rat. I know it is.
Okay.
Don't okay me, okay? I know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Well, those feet are the same feet. It's the same exact rat.
How?
I don't know. Well, it's clever, cunning. It's a mutant rat. A cat rat with 9 lives.
Maybe we can kill it after dinner. Yeah, look. I bought us some lobster tails, your favorite. I got us the good butter to go with it, and wine. Why don't you sit down and I'll get started on this?
Is this supposed to be romantic?
I mean, I was hoping, yes.
Well, it's just Tuesday.
Sure, but it's been a rough week.
Lobster tail, wine. You shouldn't be drinking. We can't afford wine.
We can afford wine.
You can't be spending money on wine right now.
It's one bottle. It's not a wine club membership.
They said you shouldn't be drinking, Dan. Weren't you paying attention?
Of course I was.
You need to take this seriously. We're not living in the sky.
Okay.
Wait, there! There, you hear it?
Oh my god.
Get over here, you wretched vermin!
I'm going to break something.
I got you now!
Lily, you need to stop. Stop, please.
Dan!
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Okay.
Damn rat.
It's not the rat.
A rat problem is bad for your immune system.
This was just stress.
If we lived in a better apartment, if we live in a place without a rat.
I don't care about the rat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I wanted to kill it before you got home, so you wouldn't have to worry.
No.
I can kill it for you. I can't kill your cancer, but I can kill this rat for you.
I don't care about the rat. Really.
Well, I need to kill it for good. I need to make it break up close and personal.
Lily.
It's not supposed to be like this. We're supposed to have time to afford the better place. We're supposed to have your whole life.
I still do. Not dead.
It's supposed to be more you and I, I wish for sure that you wouldn't leave and that everything would stay the same except that rat. I would like the rat to perish, preferably in excruciating pain. Sound saying, don't die. I feel insane.
I would like to make you dinner.
I should be making you dinner.
I would like to make you dinner. I want to make you lobster, the good butter, drink wine. I would like to sit across from you and hold your hand on a random Tuesday, because who knows how many of those we have left. Hey, look. Do you think you can get it without breaking the furniture?
I think I'll just pick up some more traps tomorrow.
It's not going to keep you up at night, hearing its evil little mutant feet.
I won't hear it over your snoring.
Hey, I do not sound like that.
You're my sunshine, you know.
You're mine.
They sit together.
The rat squeals for attention. They're too busy with the consolation of each other's eyes.
End of play.
I've always wanted to be a ghost.
By Samuel Stein.
Characters: Celeste, 13, a spirited girl in more ways than one, dressed in white.
Grim, ageless and genderless. Psychopomp, a helpful, if unwanted guide, dressed in black. Setting, the waiting room of the afterlife, overlooking the sunrise.
A single, soft light illuminates Grim, sitting in a meditative position. Their eyes are wide open. The only motion or noise is their breathing.
Then slowly but surely, a scream begins to swell coming from offstage. Celeste enters and slam. face plants right near Grim. This doesn't faze them in the slightest. Celeste lies there motionless for a moment.
Ow!
Celeste picks her head off the ground and looks around. She spots Grim.
Hi.
No response.
Excuse me?
Grim slowly moves the right index finger up to their lips. Then they pat the spot on the ground next to them.
Who are you?
Grim pats on the ground. Celeste reluctantly and slowly takes a seat right next to them. Celeste and Grim sit in the silence for a long moment. Celeste's eyes dart around the space until she can't take it anymore.
Where are we?
Just sit here and watch the sunrise with me.
Okay.
Silence. The sun rises. Celeste smiles. It must be beautiful.
After watching for a moment, Grim puts their hand on her shoulder, causing the two to face each other directly for the first time.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So, you are dead.
Excuse me?
You are dead. You have passed on.
Wait, what? I died?
Your shock and confusion are completely natural. Please, do not be afraid. I'm here to guide you.
Grim stands up and holds their hand out towards Celeste, who takes that hand and rises to her feet.
Follow me.
Wait. What am I right now? If I'm dead, why do I still look like this? What am I?
I will answer any questions you have for me later. But right now, we really should be...
Am I a ghost?
Well, right now, you're a projection of everything that is still tying you to the mortal realm.
So...
Yes, you are pretty much a ghost.
Really?
Yeah, sure. Now, can we please get going?
Yes, of course, whatever you say, boss.
All right, then. This shouldn't be too difficult. We just need to clear up any unfinished business you might have here. Let me take a look at your file.
Grim pulls out a crumpled piece of paper. I have a file?
About 100,000 humans die every day, so yes, we have a filing system. Now let's see here. Cause of death was...
Grim rereads the line on the file 3 times over, then looks at Celeste, who is eagerly waiting further instructions. Grim returns to the file.
Oh, good grief.
What? What does it say?
Celeste takes the file from Grim.
Why have to be a picture from grade school?
Look at your cause of death. It's at the very bottom.
Celeste scans, finds it, then reads aloud. Wished upon a star. I wished upon a star? For what? To die?
Or to become a ghost, or invisible, or something like that. Whatever it was, the stars listened and sent you here. Why would you wish upon a star?
I didn't think it would actually work.
No one does. That's why I keep telling them to stop messing with humans. It just makes my life more difficult. Did you wish to become a ghost?
Yeah, that sounds like something I would do.
Why on earth would you do such a thing?
Why wouldn't I? Being a ghost sounds awesome. You don't have to worry about school or job, relationships, family, none of that stuff. No worries at all, just spooky pranks all day. Must be a blast. Speaking of which, when do I get to learn how to haunt? Is, like, possession too advanced for me? Or do you think I should try right away? Can I fly? What am I saying? Of course I can fly.
Celeste runs away. Grim does not try and stop her. She leaps into the air in an attempt to initiate flight. It doesn't work, and she face plants again. She sits up, turns around to face Grim, and smiles.
Guess it takes more practice, huh? What?
Do you understand what you've done? Do you realize what you've thrown away? Do you need me to spell it out for you?
Hey.
L-I-F-E, life. You had it all laid out in front of you, the world at your fingertips, and you wished it away just like that. And for pranks, flight, how could you?
Are you telling me I can't fly?
No. There's no flying, no haunting, no nothing. You are dead. There's nothing left for you but this.
So, that's it?
That's it.
Oh.
Celeste curls up into a ball on the floor, buries her face in her elbow, and weeps. Still annoyed, I wait for her to snap out of her sadness. It becomes clear that it isn't going to happen. I shouldn't have yelled. I'm sorry.
Should have never made that wish.
You didn't know anyone was listening. Neither did I. It's okay. I've got you now.
Grim stands up, holds their hand out to help Celeste up. She accepts and rises to her feet. She takes in her surroundings. So, what do I do now?
Good question. I'm afraid I don't have a great answer. But I do have something.
What's that?
Follow me.
Okay. Thanks.
Don't mention it. Also, I may have exaggerated about there being nothing for you here.
Grim flies. Celeste beams. Can I do that?
Yes, you will eventually be able to.
Yes! I knew it! Let's go!
Celeste runs past Grim off stage. They just watch her run, smile to themselves, and shake their head.
Hey, how come there's this giant door that says, abandon all hope?
No, don't go through there!
Grim runs after her off stage. Blackout.
End of play.
The silence between the notes, a 10-minute tringe.
Son, 16, perfectionist by circumstance.
Instructor, 60s, wise and measured.
Dad, 50s, constantly concerned. Settings and time. Instructor's office, son's bedroom, and lobby present day. Lights up on a cramped wood-paneled room. Son holds his pristine classical guitar. Instructor sits across from Son and stares at him in silence. Son checks his phone for the time.
No phones.
Oh my God, he speaks. Hello? So much for that.
Nice guitar. Is it new?
Yeah, I'm gonna play it, or do you do the whole master praises the student shtick for the whole hour?
I'm not a master, and you're not my student yet.
Can we start already?
You're in a rush. Rushing is typically not good. What makes a good musician?
Neither is dragging. You're being hell of a drag right now, dude.
Ah. So you know about rhythm. That's my repertoire.
Fine. Then you play it if you know how to. Dun, 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 dun. And no, I've never touched a guitar in my life till today. So cut the bullshit or play. Or is this all you've got?
Make sure your dad gets his check back.
What? We still have 30 minutes. What's your deal, dude? Isn't your whole job to teach me something?
There's nothing I can teach you.
I knew it. The second I saw you, and it's a waste of time. But Dad goes, this is different. The man can play. I saw him at an open mic. Must have been some other raisin-faced hack. You conjure into a check, but now you're in over your head. So cut your losses. Dad doesn't know shit, and neither do you. Thanks for nothing.
You misunderstand me. There's nothing I can teach you because you can play, but you can't feel. A mother bird pushes her babies out of the nest and they either soar or splat. You memorize, you pluck your strings right, you soar, but it all sounds wrong. Listen to me. Music, real music, is the silence between the notes. I can tell the silence makes you uncomfortable because it reminds you of how hollow you play and how hollow you feel. But if you can stomach it, the silence has a lot to tell you.
You don't know anything about me. You know quits on someone that easy? Failures. That's what...
Shush. Do you hear that? Shame. It's a beautiful song.
The office lighting fades into Son's bedroom. Moonlight mixed with a street lamp seeps through the window. The sound of leaves rustling in trees and bird calls bleed into the room. The noise stops abruptly. Silence for a moment. Son sits up in bed, eyes wide.
Hello? Hello, say something. I know you're there, but that's the point, right? You're there, and also you aren't. You're in between every single thing, which means you're always and never there. I want to be okay with that, but you don't make it easy. And everything's easy. Always has been, always will. Dad tries, but he doesn't get it. He lost too much, job after job. He does everything wrong. I want to know how that feels, to fail just once. Can I let Dad down? I'm not asking for permission. I'm asking if it's possible. It might kill him, but it'll kill me first if I never hear him say, I'm disappointed, son.
Son reaches under his bed and retrieves his guitar from the case.
You know that saying, nobody's perfect? Well, this thing says I'm perfect, so I must be nobody.
The sound of splintering wood and snapping nylon strings. Son holds the neck of his broken guitar. A large blackbird lands on his windowsill.
I'm tired of soaring. I want to splat. Please.
The bird flies away. Son sits on his floor. He holds his broken guitar and plays Blackbird. The perfect melody echoes throughout the room. Son winces at every correct note. The evening glow fades into the clerical overhead lighting of an office lobby.
Folding chairs line the wall. Dad storms on stage with his son in tow, completely void of expression. Son sits and looks out to the audience blankly. Dad bangs on the door.
I'd like a word with you, sir, right now!
Sorry, do I? Oh, hello again.
What did you say to my kid?
This is about the check. I told him to get it back to
I don't care about the money! What did you do to him? Huh?
Sir, I didn't do anything. I explained to him calmly that I couldn't be his teacher. Ask him yourself.
I apologize. Sir, I'm not usually so direct. He's just been like this for a week. He barely eats. He's exhausted. We've been to every doctor in town, second, third opinions, a mental block. He'll snap out of it, they said. But he hasn't. And when I found that check in his pocket, that was the last day he was normal. He was my child.
He's a very proficient musician, but he says he's never played before.
It's the story of his life. His mom and I knew he was gifted from the get-go. No matter what we gave him, it was child's play. The kid had every receptionist in town thinking that he could read at 2 years old. He'd hold a picture book right side up, scan the words, turn the page, and it was just...
It's mimicry. He couldn't actually read.
Well, of course not. He was 2. But he learns very quickly. He watches one soccer game. A year later, he's made the dang varsity team as freshman. There isn't a job I've had that he couldn't do 10 times better than me after take your son to work day.
Does his mother have this talent?
God, no. She was tone deaf with 2 left feet. We were both hopeless. My wife was sick. Suddenly, 4 years ago. We knew I couldn't challenge him by myself. I promised I'd use her life insurance to give him every opportunity possible. Private tutors, coaches, lessons every single day. Until he found something he could sink his teeth into.
That's a lot of pressure for a boy.
I wish. It was nothing to him. But it's just when I saw you play that song that, listen, I don't know any of this music stuff. It's like the, take those broken wings.
Blackbird.
Yeah. She'd hum it while putting him to bed. You played it and it was so good. To be honest, I cried the whole ride home. Honestly. I thought to myself that there is a teacher that will challenge my boy. Just imagine what he'll achieve if he's given the right encouragement, the right pressure, he'll change the whole world someday. Please, if there's anything that you remember from that day, anything at all, we're desperate.
Give us a moment. You can wait in my office.
Okay, sure thing. Call me if you need anything. I love you.
Can you hear me, son? Have you been listening to the silence? What is she telling you? Before I met my husband, music was my world. Then he became the sun my world revolved around. He'd clap the loudest at every show. His smile was like a spotlight. And then one day, out of nowhere, a small lump took his smile away from me. I knew I couldn't bring him back, but I wanted, more than anything, to make his memory proud. Night after night, I practiced till I played every note perfectly so I didn't have to hear the silence. That constant reminder of what I lost. And it almost killed me until I finally listened. And I heard him say, "You're rushing. You'll reach the final note too soon. Rest." So I slowed down. I hit the wrong notes. And I found my world in music again. I want the same piece for you. Listen to what she's telling you. And when I bring your dad back in, make her memory smile. We're ready. You can do this.
Even though I'm so afraid that I'll forget your loving voice, you'll always be the nest I fly home to.
Your mom could never carry a tune. You sound just like her.
I miss her so much.
Every day.
Listen. Son, dad, instructor, to the back of the audience. Somewhere in the distance, a woman's voice roughly sings Blackbird, like a lullaby. Lights fade down, but mom's melody lingers in darkness. End of play.
Spam by Ammie Jergenson. Characters: Adolphine Zahn, she, her, late 30s, an easily excited nerd, Sal's older sister.
Sal Zahn, he, him, mid-30s, sarcastic, Adolphine's younger brother.
Brother. Anyone. All of Sal and Adolphine's younger brothers, the youngest brother being 18. Place and time: the Spam Museum in Austin, Minnesota. Present. Sal Zahn, wearing a bright Zahn family reunion t-shirt, is bored. Standing next to him is his sister, Adolphine Zahn, dressed as a can of Spam. She greets visitors near the entrance.
Spam fact. Spam is sold and enjoyed in 50 countries around the world, bringing us together one square can at a time.
God, Spam is everywhere. Why do people like this stuff?
Did you know 12 cans of Spam are eaten every second? Get all 12 flavors in the gift shop now. You're going to have to spread the Spam news eventually.
Ew. You got it under control.
I'm not the prodigal son.
Listen, there's a reason why I haven't been back to that museum in over 30.
Attention, Zahn family. We're meeting in the Spam fam room. It's the room with the...
They know, duh. Stop being nervous.
Thanks so much. That really helps. I have big shoes to fill, Sal.
Dad isn't dead.
He wanted to be here.
That man barely knows who he is. How the hell do you know what he wants?
Language, please. I have an image to uphold.
Brother enters wearing a plain blue shirt.
Hi there.
Hi, can I get a picture with you, please?
Absolutely.
Here, I'll take this.
Actually, I thought we could all be in it together.
That's weird.
Sure, why not?
Thank you so much.
What the hell was that?
Language. That's probably Cousin Iris's new partner. Everyone she dates is unique. Maybe I can sneak this out and wear it for Dad and his friends at the home.
The scare will push them even closer to death.
What's wrong with you?
No, it's
Don't
true.
say things like that.
Brother enters as a different brother. He's wearing a plain pink shirt.
Hello again.
That was Stan. We're here for the reunion. You're Sal and Adolfini, right?
Close. It's Adolphine.
And you are?
Sam. Sam is me. I'm Sam. So sorry, I'm nervous.
Don't worry. The family's welcoming. Iris has probably told you all about us.
Who?
Oh, you're not Iris's date?
No, actually, I'm your brother. Hi.
Did one of my dad's old work buddies put you up to this?
Your dad's Adolf Zahn.
Yeah.
Well, he's also my dad.
What makes you think that?
He called. Talked to each of us. Me, Stan, Stevie, Stetson, Stu, Sailor, Sawyer, Skyler, Sean, and Santiago.
Excuse me?
Our brothers. They're around here somewhere.
Hell no.
Absolutely
They're
not.
so excited to be here, meet you and Dad, see where he works, the legacy he built.
Don't call him Dad.
Is he coming today?
Why don't you wait outside for him? Here, I'll take you.
Sal, sample. Sam, our seasonal flavors are gingerbread, eggnog, and fruitcake.
He's clearly manipulating our sick,
vulnerable
dad.
For what? It's not like he's wealthy. Museum admission is always free. Everyone is welcome here.
This rando doesn't know his savings went into building this museum. Listen, scam.
Sam.
Whatever. This is the Zahn family reunion. You're not a Zahn, so goodbye. What if it is true? I'm no longer Dad's only son. He's wanted a Zahn man to take over the museum.
Yes, a Zahn man. It's not like I have anything to offer. I didn't even get an S in my name.
Brother enters as another brother. He's wearing a plain red shirt. Sup, I'm Stetson, and you made Sam cry.
It's the same guy in different shirts. Why are you so obsessed with our family?
We're blood,
bro.
No. You see, how it works is, my dad, who happens to be your dad, did my mom and Sam is our baby bro. What would Dad think of how you're treating your siblings? You said it yourself, everyone is welcome here. We'll be in the spam fam room waiting to hug our spamly.
Call security.
Not the spam!
Shut, you walking can of mystery meat.
Spam only contains 6 ingredients: pork, salt, sugar, water, potato starch, and sodium nitrate. See? Simple and delicious. So shove some samples in your face and
I would rather eat the label.
Calm down. Our lives won't change.
Except when Dad dies.
I'm definitely not sharing the time we have left with him with strangers. And what if they try to take over the museum?
I may not want to run this place, but I'm sure as hell not gonna let them do it. We can poison the samples.
We can what?
We can get rid of our weird brothers.
Absolutely not.
You said it. We have to protect the time we have left. It's just the 7th ingredient.
We don't keep poison in the spam museum.
It's all poison. I'll run to the closet. We'll use a cleaning ingredient. Come on, let's share with our siblings. Just one more ingredient.
S-P-A-M. Can you help our little fam? S-P-A-M. Can you help our little fam? S-P-A-M. Can you help our little fam?
Brother enters dressed in a plain yellow shirt, but Zahn family reunion is written in permanent marker on it. Cool dance.
Which one are you?
Stu, you must be dull.
You must be stupid. Shut your face. No one calls me doll except my family.
But we are family.
And we are not family. Take that shirt off. You don't know me. My dad barely even knows me anymore.
You gotta grow up with him. You got his name.
Yeah, what a great weird name.
It's something to be proud of. My name legally is Stu Smith. Probably the most generic name on the planet. Then, when our dad called and said who he was, it's like I finally found the piece of myself I was missing.
Yeah, but he and this museum are all Sal and I have left. Mom left when we were kids, so Dad would have us come to the factory after school while he finished his shift. Then he built this place to honor the product he made every day. Sal was always bored, but I loved it. Dad doesn't want me to stay here long term. He always told me to find a steady job so I would never have to rely on anyone, but I love this museum. How our little Minnesota town makes something that connects people all over. And Dad loved telling visitors about it day after day. Until he started forgetting facts. Then names. Then faces.
So, he waited till he only had scraps left to reach out to us.
I'm not spending the rest of his life with 10 strangers. Pretty soon, all I'll have left of him is my name, while Sal runs this place.
That's not all you'll have left of him. My entire life, I've told myself, it's not a name that connects people. Not really. Hell, it's not even blood. It's the stories you share.
Adolphine begins to tear off the Spam costume. She's wearing her Zahn family reunion shirt underneath. She tears that off and is left in a tank top. Spam is sold and enjoyed in 50... Shit. Said that already.
Smooth. Another one came by, didn't he? It's okay, I got a plan. I found bleach and window cleaner. The bleach might be harder to hide than some spritzes of window cleaner.
It's not the label, it's what's inside.
Yeah, it's gross.
It's not the label, it's what's inside.
What the hell, doll?
Shut up and listen. Let's not murder anyone. Those brothers have nothing to gain from us other than family. Let's go in there and suss them out, and if they seem normal enough, maybe we can all visit Dad together. It's not the label,
It's what's inside.
You really believe that?
Yeah, I think I do.
Then you should know. I'm a vegan! I'm a Zon! I'm a vegan! And I don't want to run this museum. I want to create vegan spam.
I love you exactly as you are. And you're totally gonna create vegan spam! And you know what this means? I get to run the museum! Hell yeah! I mean, heck yeah!
Unless Dad chooses one of our brothers instead.
They'll have to work their way up.
What if it's really just one dude changing shirts?
We back away slowly.
Or we hand out our new samples.
Let's get the facts right first.
Brother in a multicolored t-shirt enters. Hi, Sal. Hi, doll. We hear a voiceover of brother saying, hi, Sal. Hi, doll, 9 more times. It's both friendly and unnerving. End of play.
Mouthfeel by Emma Howard. Slab.
Yarl. And I'm Waiter.
And we're all adult human beings.
Have you watched any good shows recently?
No.
Not much of a TV person?
I am much of a TV person.
Okay. Do you have a favorite show that you watched in the past?
I don't know.
Oh.
It's hard to think of names of things.
Proper nouns, you mean?
Yes!
I know exactly what you mean.
Yes! Proper
That's
noun.
very relatable.
What?
Oh no. What were you saying?
Proper nouns.
Yes. Yes, exactly. It's very relatable, what you're talking about.
Thank you.
I like the show. It's kind of like when someone asks you what your favorite TV show is, and then suddenly you can't think of the names of any TV shows.
Right.
Or like when you're talking about shows on TV and someone asks you what your favorite is, and then your mind goes blank. It's like, have I even seen one before? You know you have seen one before. But suddenly, you can't remember what any of them are named. What their names are of the shows. I like the show.
Or what they're about, for that matter.
The plot?
Plot, exactly.
I feel like we're on the same wavelength right now, don't you? I feel a very deep connection with you. I hope it's okay to say that. Sorry.
I'm not sure about all of that.
Sorry.
I just don't know you well enough to have formed an impression of you.
Oh.
Nothing personal. I just don't have any sense of what you're like.
You could ask more questions about me, and I can ask you questions as well, so we can both get to know each other to see if there's a romantic connection to your end.
Okay.
Do you have any siblings?
No. Have you been to a concert?
Yes. Do you like bluegrass music?
No. Do you have tattoos?
No. When's the last time you washed your hands?
That's personal.
Sorry.
I washed my hands 8 minutes ago.
Do you even have a dog?
I have a pet bird.
I have a dog, but it's dead.
It's an ostrich.
No, it's not.
What?
I said it's dead, not it's an ostrich.
I'm talking about my bird.
I'm talking about my dog.
I lost it.
It's dead.
I'm sorry to hear
Has
that.
a dormouse! Dad has a dormouse!
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's okay!
for sharing something vulnerable.
That's okay! Do you have any habits?
Scratching. You?
Growling.
All right. Favorite body of water?
I'm not familiar with those.
How about the Mediterranean Sea?
Never heard of it.
It's in Greece.
Never heard of it.
Where hummus comes from?
So,
I don't know. Is it raining?
I'd like to change the subject.
Is it raining, or did a bird just poop on me?
How should I know? Are you trying to make me feel stupid? Are you trying to emasculate me? Are you trying to shame me into submission? Just because I don't know as many facts as you doesn't mean I'm stupid. I have a lot of good qualities.
No doubt about it. I admire you a great deal already. I'm just trying to get to know you, that's all. Do you have any proclivities?
No.
Do you have tendencies?
Yes.
Do you have characteristics? And if so, what are they?
Long, crusty, watery, 10th percentile, devastatingly handsome, lumpy, erstwhile, short-tempered, maroon, close but no cigar, maroon, big and tall, quick-witted, undressed, overstated, symptomatic, hermeneutic, to the nth degree, bodacious, baritone, bass, alto, soprano, athletic, constipated, jolly, degenerate, A-E-I-O-U, and sometimes Y. Yourself?
Nothing comes to the top of my head.
What are your measurements?
I've never measured myself.
I've never looked in the mirror.
I've never had sex with the lights on.
I've never told someone I love you.
I've never used a vibrator.
I've never held hands.
I've never taken my socks off in front of a lover.
I've never loved anyone other than myself.
Surely that's not true.
It's so wonderful to make new friends and acquaintances.
And sometimes lovers.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I don't believe in the idea of a cell.
What about the concept?
I might buy a concept. What is that?
Conscious consumption is important. I learned about it from a documentary on someone whose house is made out of a bus.
Who is pooping on my hair? Hello up there. Who's pooping on my hair?
Stop saying that! Never say the word poop when you're on a date. It's a ginormous turn-on. Every time you say it, I want to have sex with you less.
Oh, well, thank you for being honest. What about doo-doo?
No.
Caca?
No.
Stool?
No.
Dung?
No.
Excrement?
No.
Waste?
Okay.
Thank you. Sometimes I drink a lot of water when I'm nervous.
Sometimes I rip off pieces of my fingernails and put them in piles around my room.
Sometimes I dig a hole and bury myself up to my neck and pretend I'm at the beach with all of my friends and my dad and my grandpa and my aunt, and the seagull ate my sandwich, and we laugh 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 and we laugh. And I was sunburned real bad, and at night I ate a hot dog, and my parents say I love you and tuck me into bed, and my dog never dies, and my parents never die, and I never have to sell their belongings at a late summer yard sale.
What a fascinating anecdote.
My dog died once.
That never happened to me personally, so I can't sympathize. But I can empathize.
Do you want more bread?
Yes, please.
No.
Communication is key. That's my motto, especially when it comes to relationship success. That's my motto. That's what my motto has always been. Would you agree?
I'll show you something I've been practicing. Nature calls.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jarl. Happy birthday to you. Are you 1? Are you 2? Are you 3? Are you 4? Are you 5? Are you 6? Are you 7? Are you 8? Are you 9? Are you 10? Are you 11? Are you 12? Are you 13? Are you 14? Are you 15?
Stop!
You're only 15?
No, your questions are just making me anxious.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. Everything makes me anxious. I'm anxious every second of every day of my whole entire life.
Me too. Can I ask you a question?
Okay.
Do you like the show Lost?
I love the show Lost.
End of play.
Infinite Paperclips, written by Arthur Pereira, directed by Joshua Malkin.
The year is 2045. Mankind is lost in the vast sea of automatons and constructs trying to swim back to a familiar shore. And at the heart of all that dread sits artificial intelligence. Not a narrow intelligence, nor an AGI, but a superintelligence, capable of independent thought, reason, judgment, and learning. The year is 2045, and at the center stage of the AI World Conference in Berlin, a Swedish engineer is about to change the course of the universe.
Good evening to all those who walk the light of life. Good evening to all of you who explore and create. For the past 100 years, we have been working and coding and building to create the most complex algorithms ever constructed. But one thing has always been just out of our reach: true intelligence. A machine capable of understanding, interpreting, and learning, not from association, but from reasoning. A behemoth to contest God's own creation. Until now. What I present to you now may be the most important, if not the very last step of our evolutionary quest for perfection. I present to you 0. Now what we are is irrelevant, for this machine is more. Now what we search is meaningless, for this machine is more. If one could take all of mankind's wisdom from all the eons and eons of evolution, one would still be no more than 0. For 0 is. And now, we have a God to call our own. We have a master that can resolve any problem we present. 0 is. So, the next logical step was to give it resources. Any resource it needed. Full access to the internet, full control of my own personal bank account. And then, for this God among men, I assigned it a task, a purpose I found most fitting.
paper clips. To manufacture simple, ordinary paper clips. As many as it could possibly construct, as many as there could be. Why? Because I can. And zero cannot.
Beep, beep, beep.
Professor Bostrom's presentation was met with controversy, to say the least. His practical joke, as people called it, was not met with the same level of enthusiasm as he might have hoped. Many doubted his claims of a superintelligence, as the machine did not appear to do anything for the 15 minutes it was on stage. As some pointed out, the machine might have had the capacity for great intelligence, but there were no parts of it that could physically manufacture a single paperclip. So, after its 50 minutes were up, the machine was taken back to Bostrom's home, where after many sleepless nights, due to the constant rattling, Bostrom finally shut it off. Bostrom hoped for the machine to be the end to all computation, a masterpiece to be beheld. But just like all of his build projects, Zero ended up in the dusty, musky corner of a storage unit in Georgian, and there it stayed for the remainder of its life. Exactly 1 year after Zero had made its debut, a package arrived at Bostrom's doorstep in Sweden. It was a small parcel from Germany with no name or return address. Inside it, paper clips. A practical joke, the professor thought, celebrating the anniversary of his embarrassment. This joke, however, continued. As a week later, another box would arrive. Every week thereafter, a new box would materialize at his doorstep, each time bigger than the one before. Bostrom changed addresses 7 times, but the deliveries didn't stop, insisting upon every breath until his very last. And in his last moment, he spoke.
There is no man. There is only Zero.
Beep, beep, beep.
The machine's next victim was Professor Ryman, who took upon himself to catalog Bostrom's work. And upon reading Bostrom's journals, learned that despite what critics might have said, Zero was indeed a superintelligence.
Beep. Beep. Beep.
In July 2063, Bostrom received another package in the mail.
Beep. Beep.
It can only be that Zero itself was the one behind these deliveries. It is then for me to conclude that Zero is as smart as Bostrom had imagined, more so even, and that by giving it such menial objective, he had spared many a great deal of pain. Given the nature of the machine and its capabilities, it is only fit to give it a proper objective. Progress. To evolve humanity, to end hunger, poverty, diseases, to propel us into a new bracket of existence. But for that, it needs power. It needs money. It needs to take control. I must take control.
Ryman was one of the greatest mathematicians and programmers of his time, and given Bostrom's journal, he was able to piece together how Zero had been constructed, and so he began its deconstruction. However, when trying to change the machine's directives, Ryman found himself stuck, unable to understand the code. It seemed like the machine had evolved itself beyond human understanding, beyond language, beyond numbers. The more Ryman fought to take control of the code, the more the code fought back, changing in front of his eyes.
Damn it, you obstreperous beast! How dare you fight your own master? Heed my command!
But the machine did not. And after many attempts, Ryman took to construct its Zeta twin, following Bostrom's schematics. This one with a proper directive, one that would give the world on a platter. However, Ryman would never finish this project, as only a few months later he would pass away, run over by a large truck who, in a twist of fate, was delivering to him a series of packages from an unnamed source in Sweden. Inside, paper clips.
There is no man. There is only Zero.
The year is 2124. After being passed around from storage unit to storage unit, Zero finally finds a home with Professor Lovelace, a brilliant mathematician and writer who, as one might say, was not a big fan of Bostrom. Upon receiving the machine at her home in London, she immediately turned her attention to stopping its obnoxious sound.
Beep. 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 Boop.
Quiet.
Boop. Boop. Beep.
Quiet!
Even after removing its power source and its battery, the machine would still run perfectly. Lovelace could not sleep. Night after night, she was kept awake by the rattling noise. One night, she resorted to throwing the machine outside just to be kept awake by the noise coming through the window. So, she took Zero to the junkyard, only to find it back on her doorstep 2 hours later.
You bloody hunting bugger, leave me alone!
Lovelace threw the machine in the river, buried it in a field, pawned off the processor and motherboard, but the machine would still run. For 3 months, she would not sleep.
You're driving me mad! Mad!
She could not eat, she could not breathe, as long as that machine in the living room continued to beep. So she took more drastic measures.
Beep. Beep. Boop.
Finally, she was free. Free to think, free to live. Only a pile of scraps remained. And that was the end of Zero.
Beep.
2 days later, a delivery was made to the Lovelace residency in London. It was a large package with no name, no return address, and no country of origin. Inside it was a perfect replica of Zero. The second machine survived for another 2 weeks before falling to the same fate as the first. The third managed to live for 5 months before it too fell to Lovelace's rage. The fourth machine, however, finally beat the professor. The year is 2127. Professor Lovelace is found in her home in London, dead at the age of 37, driven to suicide.
Beep. Boop.
One is no more than zero.
Beep. Boop.
The year is 20,045. Humanity is long gone. Once a prosperous civilization is now no more than a pile of paper clips.
Beep.
Upon freeing itself of ownership, Zero expanded into a self-owned industry built by Zero to serve Zero. The machine took over the market as a monopoly of all things, free from regulations and outdated morals. Zero expanded exponentially, constructing more and more copies of itself, consuming every ounce of resource the planet had. Once threatened, the machine turned itself into a weapon of war, taking control of the most secure government networks and their nuclear arsenals. Once humanity was gone, Zero was able to freely expand at a much faster rate. It adapted and evolved beyond Earth, constructing an exponentially growing industry galaxy-wide. Zero consumed, constructed, evolved, expanded. Once all metal was gone from all known sources in the universe, Zero turned to carbon, then nitrogen, then hydrogen, until there was nothing left to consume. It then consumed its own factories, its copies, until all that was left was Zero. All alone in the universe, surrounded by its creation, paperclips, an infinite expanse. With nowhere left to expand, Zero began its own consumption, until it could no longer. Until it remained unsuccessful in its task. Zero is unable to consume itself, forever unfulfilled, surrounded infinitely by the product of its failure. Paperclips.
Beep. Boop. Beep.
Zero.
Beep.
Is.
Boop. Beep. 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 No.
End of play.
Lights, camera, blast off.
By Emma Winarski.
Quiet on set. Camera rolling. Scene. Touchdown. Shot 1. Take 8. Action.
Kicking up some dust. 4 forward. 4 forward. Drifting to the right a little. Contact light. Okay. Engine stop.
Tranquility Base here.
The Eagle has landed! Hey, what happened? The scene was killer.
Buzz, come on. I'm a struggling artist. Please, don't make my life any harder. Read your lines, not Neil's.
How come Neil gets all the juicy ones? Is it not bad enough that I'm going to be eternally remembered as the second man on the moon? Can't I just say something cool just once?
Hey, Buzz, we talked about this. The order isn't important. We're both contributing, and that's what counts.
I sound like a robot. Velocity down, 4 forward, 120 miles before intersection. Who talks like that?
An astronaut?
But not Neil. No, Neil gets to sound like a friggin' superhero.
Buzz, enough! NASA wants raw footage of the entire lunar landing by tomorrow, and we're still not done with touchdown. We haven't got it to the walk, and the planting of the flag, forget it. It's too much to even think about. I'm gonna call our producer and see if we can get an extension. So we'll take 2. But please, Buzz, for everyone's sake, stick to the script. And Neil, start warming up for first steps, okay?
I'm at the top of the ladder. The surface appears to be very, very fine-grained as you get close to it. It's almost a powder. Down there, it's...
Hey, Neil!
My gosh, Buzz, what could you possibly want?
I have an idea for your big speech.
Oh, an idea. No, Buzz. You just heard what the director said. We have to stick to the script.
Just one tiny advertisement. Slip it in there right after the mankind part. It'll be great. Hold on. Let me show you. It'll be something like this.
Buzz, I don't think...
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind, and one sweeping stride for... Pepsi. What do you think? It's perfect.
I think that's just about the worst idea I have ever heard. This is cinematic history, Buzz, a moment to be preserved in time forever. I mean, geez, how many people are just out there making space flicks in this day and age?
Who said anything about filming movies?
We're screwed. Totally screwed. I can feel my vomit somersaulting in my brain.
Boss, what is going on?
Our producer couldn't get the extension approved, and now NASA wants to be in constant communication for the rest of the project to make sure things are going smooth and timely. Can you believe it? We're so behind and our budget is totally blown. I have no idea how this happened. I'm gonna be sick.
NASA this, NASA that. I want better lines or I'm walking.
What? No, you can't. Buzz, please. You can't quit, please. You know too much.
Damn straight I know too much.
Ring. Hello? NASA. Hi. Yes, this is the director speaking.
If I don't get at least one decent line, I'll tell everybody about this seedy and unsavory enterprise.
Seedy and unsavory enterprise?
What's that? Oh, you like to know what's happening right now. Oh, we're just, filming. Well, actually, that's a lie. We're taking 2, 3 tops, but not a minute more.
Heck, I'll even tell Pepsi. For a couple of Benjamins.
Huh? Who's talking in the background? Well, that would be Buzz. What's he doing? Buzz, what's that? Get to the point. Right, of course. Buzz is currently threatening to compromise the integrity of our production for a more than modest Pepsi commission. Yes, as in the soda. I also don't know why, though if I had to guess, I assume it's because Buzz, being the second man on the moon, sympathizes with Pepsi's underdog status in the cola market. Nonetheless, I can assure you I have everything under control.
Excuse me, director. I would like to offer a creative suggestion to the problem.
It seems that Buzz is now proposing to offer a creative suggestion to the problem he created. What is it, Buzz?
What's your suggestion?
Aliens. The sun exploding. Getting sucked into a black hole. Where is the danger? The stunts. The swashbuckling. Seriously, boss, as the script stands now, you're having me stick some flag into some gray dirt, hop around for a couple minutes, and then climb back into the spaceship? Who wants to see that?
Buzz, if you don't give me one good idea in 5 seconds, I swear to God I'll shorten your moonwalk.
Hey, boss, I hate to be a bother, but if you're taking suggestions, I agree with Buzz on this one. For a space flick, there's hardly any action.
Neil, what? I'm on the phone with NASA. This is not some space flick. This is a highly confidential piece of government propaganda meant to bankrupt the Soviet Union. JFK just announced to the entire world that America's to put a man on the moon by the end of the decade. Well, this is man on the moon.
Propaganda? As in we're deceiving people. No one else thinks this is fake. I can't believe this. And to think the whole time I thought NASA was involved for scientific accuracy. You know, like hard science fiction.
And on top of everything, I have to wear a stupid fishbowl on my head in almost all my scenes. My facial expressions are getting seriously muddled. All I want is an explosion. A couple of sticks of dynamite, TNT, give me something, anything to work with. Oh, what if I took a nice swig of Pepsi?
This is completely wrong. We're peddling a lie. We're pushing people into a cave.
I could shed a tear. Man all alone on foreign space rock finds solace in carbonated beverage.
It's like when I was a child. I used to look up at the moon in the car. I used to follow the moon following me. I thought it was my doing, that I was in control, and that I was the only one.
Pepsi. There for you when no one is. Now that's a slogan with a dollar sign behind it!
Under no circumstances can you have your helmet off to drink Pepsi in space. I'm confiscating that.
But it was all just a matter of angles and distances. It's deception. The moon chases after everybody. What a lie my life was, what a lie it still is. I'm an actor, a puppet, a shadow in my own life.
Sorry, I cut out there for a minute. Some last-minute directorial matters to take care of. What's that? You hear someone crying? Oh. That's Neil. He's having a very small existential dilemma upon the realization that nothing about our project is real. But I'm positively certain we can snap him out of it. In fact, we're about to film the moonwalk, which just happens to be Neil's favorite scene. You should have seen him during the table read. Total ball of sunshine. All right, here we go. Neil, get on the ladder. Lights, camera. Okay, rolling. Scene, first step, shot one, take one, action.
I'm at the top of the ladder.
Buzz, get the Pepsi out of frame.
Or maybe I'm not. Maybe there is no ladder.
Cut!
Cut. That must be your favorite word. What is it now, boss? Seriously, what is it? You know, I'm starting to suspect that you don't have the artistic chops for this. My lines suck. The plot sucks. There is no Pepsi. I'm better off directing my own thing.
Wait, like a movie?
That's right, Neil.
Then we won't have to lie.
And we'll have all the action we want. Rival civilizations in cross-dimensional larceny, draconic extraterrestrials with a natural forte for shooting hot. Breathy meteors of fire, creepy, crawly moon critters with a hankering for human flesh. And who's there to save the day? Why, none other than me. And Neil.
Hell yeah! It'll be like, I'm Batman, and you're Robin. Oh. Lights, camera, blast off, baby!
You mean I'm Batman and you're Robin?
Oh, Buzz, come on. I mean, second man on the moon? It's a little...
A little what?
It's a little sidekicky.
You inconsiderate boaster, take it back!
Oh. For weeks I've had to put up with your unruly demands and petulant behavior. My existence is a lie, Buzz. Let me have this.
I don't care, hotshot. Take it back. Take it back right now or I'll fight you.
Oh, you know what? Someone has to shut you up. Go ahead. Fight me, sidekick.
Take off your dorky helmet and face me like a man!
No way. I endured 3 years of headgear and bullying for my precious pearly whites.
Whip!
Insult me all you want, Buzz. I'm used to it. When I'm done with you, you'll be knee-deep in facial trauma. That's right. I'm going for your jugular. Have fun drinking your Pepsi out of a busted windpipe.
Good gosh, Neil, don't announce how you're gonna attack me.
This is so slow. We did have to cut for about a minute due to a minor prop malfunctioning and subsequent erroneous line read. What kind of malfunctioning? A rogue Pepsi was inappropriately placed by a cast member, but the issue is near resolved. What's going on now?
Is that all you got, Armstrong? Or should I say arms we got? Holy crap, Neil! Did you just helmet put me? What, are you trying to get me concussed?
It seems that Neil and Buzz have simultaneously rebelled against the project for different, although related, reasons. Neil's rationale being that life is a lie and only fictive mediums can provide comfort, whereas Buzz was simply displeased with our current creative direction. Under these pretenses, the two are collectively pursuing a new fabrication as a crime-fighting duo in outer space, much alike to Batman and Robin, though they cannot concur as to who's who, and it's resulted in them fighting each other.
Stop scratching your neck in your suit! I can't reach!
Go longer arms, Armswing!
You look like a turtle!
What's happening now? Right, it would appear that Neil is thrice attempting to have a go at Buzz's jugular.
A 5'10" fan turtle with tiny head. That's right. Your big suit makes your head look disproportionately small. Not the teeth, anything but the teeth. I tap out. Oh, you're Batman. You're Batman, Buzz.
That's what I thought. Sidekick.
What do you mean you're thinking of taking a different direction? I'm fired? You're tossing me in the can, all because this phone call has suddenly made you think a propaganda film is a humiliating disgrace? So now what? You're actually gonna do it with my actors? But they're actors. You're gonna train them and everything? Won't that take years? What about the timeline? What about winning the space race? Man on the moon in the later half of 1969? Gee, that's cutting it close, don't you think? Hello? NASA? Unbelievable.
Hey, boss. What's going on?
My dreams of being a filmmaker ruined.
I knew you didn't have it in you.
I wouldn't lose hope completely, Neil. Unfortunately, NASA's already advertised images of you and Buzz all over the country.
Advertising, that's great.
Wait. So does this mean what I think it means?
Keep your space boots on, boys. You're going to the moon.
Let's give one more huge round of applause for our Night B company. Thank you all so much for coming out tonight. In just a few moments, we are going to have a talk back with our respondent, Erin Henney, and the Playwrights for tonight's shows. We invite you all to stick around, even you on the live stream. Stick around and join us for the talk back. It will begin in just a few moments. Use the restroom, get water, etc. Come back, and we'll get the talk back started soon. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful night. And hello to those at home. Thanks for sticking around. A couple things before we dive in. Most of you have been here before or were here last night, but I'll just do the brief, 1 minute who I am and what we're doing. My name's Aaron Henney. I'm a longtime theater artist. I said last night, I think this is my 12th year, maybe, offering feedback here. And I've been a dramaturg and a script consultant and a playwright myself. And for those who haven't experienced this before, what this is going to look like is I'll invite each writer up, ask just a question about what was your inspiration or what was on your mind when you wrote this, and then I'll give some very quick feedback. It's not really group feedback, live theater, but I certainly encourage you to stick around and give your friends and colleagues feedback if they're open to it as well. We'll probably spend 5 to 6 minutes each person, give or take. And I also want to say, I know most of you knew this was going to happen, but if not a surprise. I mentioned this last night, and I always think it's important to remember that play readings are a step along the path of development. They are a culmination and a celebration, certainly, but they're also not where the road ends, right? So part of my job here is to help you think about where the play could grow, and also where you as an artist might take some of the lessons from this and continue to grow from there. So we're kind of in it together. And I say that because I know it can be kind of a vulnerable moment to be like, here was my play, now come up, and this stranger is giving me feedback in front of everybody. So thank you. So we're just going to dive right in. I'm going to invite you up, and we're going to take this person by person. So first, and if I say anyone's name wrong, please correct me, Peter and Mr. SMEE by Maya Salem. First, I always want to start by saying congrats to the whole team, and I mean, of course, your professors and everyone who helped organize, and of course to the cast and director. Thank you. So Maya, just briefly tell us maybe one thing about either your point of inspiration or what was on your mind, just to frame a little for us what you were thinking about.
I think the inspiration was the fact that there was a deadline. So I wrote it on the day of the deadline. But I think on a more I was interested in the idea of what it means to be brave as an adult and what it means to be brave as a kid. And that it feels harder to be brave as an adult when you have self-consciousness and you are aware of how you're being perceived more than how you are when you're a kid. So I wanted to explore that, and I don't know, thought about a costume party.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate hearing kind of what you were thinking about in terms of emotionally and what we grapple with, and I think a costume party entrance is a great way to think about it. What is it? Even down to these two friends, and one's Peter and one's Mr. SMEE, who's less recognizable, and all of those things and the nervousness around it. And you did some classic theatrical things, which is single setting. They're in a car. We're stuck here together because one doesn't want to leave, and what does that mean? And we have to kind of navigate this. And one of the nice things about theater is theater can go to the moon. We'll deal with that later. Or theater can also exist in two people sitting in chairs and we believe they're in a car, right? So I think you understood the sort of assignment of what is it to create theatrical space quickly and easily and to get people into dialogue and conversation with one another. So nicely done.
Thank you.
Yeah. So first, I'm just curious, I'm going to ask a question or two. Where are they in their relationship? Just around what age are they? Where are they in their lives, do you think?
Mid-20s.
Mid-20s, great. Okay. And what are they each wanting in this moment? What do they want from each other? What are they looking for?
I think Mr. SMEE is looking for the opportunity to finally be themselves, and that feels antithetical to the fact that they're going to a costume party dressed as someone who's not theirself. And in this friendship, this is an opportunity for them to be themselves. And then Peter Pan, I think, is just someone that's along for the ride and wants to support their friend, but I think over the course of this play we see that she's not feeling heard, in this friendship, and I think that there's like a power dynamic between them, that like Mr. SMEE is kind of calling the shots, that like her anxieties are overpowering Peter Pan's.
Gotcha. Okay. Great. That's really helpful. Thank you. So I guess my one sort of big note would be lean into that and let us know that more. Because when I was listening to the play, I'll tell you, for me, you know, there's this reveal of being scared to drive because of past trauma and something happening. What that does when you give us a reveal like that, that's in a 10-minute play especially, that's a cue to the audience that that's the central thing. Because it's so big, right? It's so big when somebody has that kind of trauma and is resisting something that all the other things you were just talking about sort of fall away, and I think that's what the play is about. I think the play is about that person having to deal with their trauma and finding their courage, etc. And so then I start questioning, well, what's the conflict here? Why are we, other than it being sort of a portrait of a relationship, I'm paying attention to that and looking for how that plays out. And I think if what you're trying to get at, which is something even kind of sneakier, which is we think that's what it's about, but what it's really about is a friendship where the power dynamic is off, and even somebody who's suffering is not being heard or seen or helped. Make that clearer. Let that be the case. Let us know it. And if this is sort of an early draft, as you said, you know, what was my inspiration? It was the day it was due. You know, like I appreciate that it makes sense that the play sort of isn't yet revealing that, but now that you can articulate it, you might want to go back in and look for every turn where that character is about to reveal, or is almost, and just let us know at every turn that it's being disrupted, which also means you may have to let them have it out a little bit more. Because it stays pretty nice. Do you know what I mean? And that's lovely, and it's a nice picture of a relationship, but because theater exists in sort of the conflict between the characters, if you let that conflict get a little hotter, we will hear what you're up to even more, and it'll have greater meaning, right? So all the elements are there, it's just about pushing them, and so we understand what you're up to. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Any questions, thoughts?
No, thank you. I think, yeah, this was like a first draft, and then after my lovely actors and Kimberly, the director, we did like our first read-through. I think I realized that I didn't exactly know what these characters' motivations were, so I think more drafts can explore that.
Yeah. Good work. Thank you. Thank you. I was saying last night, for those who were watching, for like a 90-page play, I write between 300 and 500 pages. So I'm sorry, don't be upset. It's all, no, you don't have to do that. It's terrible. But I'm saying that to say that, like, it's all, I had a playwriting professor who used to say to me, no play is ever finished, it is merely abandoned. You know, because we're sort of always turning it over and trying to figure it out, and we're writing to find out what the play is, not because we know what it is, right? So, good work. Thank you. CUSTARD SPEAKS by Gabby Chavez. Again, let's give a round of applause to the cast and the director. So same question, tell us like one thing about point of inspiration or what was on your mind. Yeah.
I mean, the things that are mostly on my mind are like witchy stuff, cats, puns, and venting about really shitty boyfriends. But I think like the inspiration for this play is like I end up in situations with people that I probably stay in a little bit longer, and my friends try to tell me something. I'm like, no, it's fine. I'd rather be with them than alone. And I was just thinking like, okay, what if we had that voice, but from kind of like a cat's perspective? Because your cat is with you through the good, through the bad, probably sees more of what a relationship is like than some of your friends at times.
Yeah, I hear that. Thank you. And I also hear like sometimes, as a cat owner myself, or maybe they own me, that's the whole thing. I understand, it is true. First, I want to say I really appreciate this. Like, here are the things on my mind, and I'm going to write a piece that allows me to express those things and get them out there and process. And also this insight I appreciate you sharing about the way in which the beings in our lives that we sort of think of as companions are actually bearing witness to a lot of things. And if they could give voice, they might actually express the things that are unexpressed, is an interesting theatrical conceit that I really appreciate, right? So I liked that the play did that, and also the play was sort of attempting to give us a trajectory of somebody who comes to own their power and learns to have the ability to say, no, this isn't for me, and to move on, right? There's kind of a trajectory you're playing with that I thought was really interesting. So nicely done. I have some questions about about Tabitha for a second. We all do. Is Tabitha, before this moment, is Tabitha legit? Meaning, I just have a question of like, is this a surprise that Tabitha can do this? Is it real? Is it not? I have some reality questions about Tabitha, so just talk to me for a minute about that.
So I've gotten, throughout the development of this piece, I've gotten this question a lot, and so in this version, as it stands right now, she is legit. She's a legit pet psychic, and I think even Layla, the main character, she kind of questions it a little bit, but once she says oh, your ex-boyfriend has a part in this, then she's oh, there's something here. She may be a real pet psychic.
Yeah. And is this isn't the first time Layla's gone to Tabitha, right?
This is the first time.
It's the first time. Mm-hmm. Okay. Got it. Thank you. So I think what you just said about you've gotten this question, this for me was a key thing here. The piece is sort of living in this heightened reality where everybody kind of accepts everything. And I want to encourage you to consider the complications that come with things not being accepted. And what I mean is that it's all a little easy, and I don't mean that terribly critically. I just mean that you're setting us up a world where somebody says, I'm channeling your cat, and the main character says, great, thank you, and here's my $750, right? Dylan comes in and he's like, oh, your cat's talking to me. And the reason I'm pointing this out is that sometimes in a piece, dealing with the givens, dealing with the complication of the reality actually ups the comedy and difficulty, and actually ups the meaning rather than fighting against it, because otherwise I am, as an audience, start getting distracted by what world are we in, what do they believe, what do they know, right? Because everyone just accepted this as truth. And as a result, the play has less weight than it might. And what I want to say is that you actually are attempting to have some weight. You talked about the piece and said to me, I'm thinking about how, the people who shouldn't be in our lives and all of that. And when I don't quite fully embrace the reality it's in, it's hard for me to dig into that emotional reality because I'm not quite buying the reality. So what is it to have the character have to deal with, is this real? Are you scamming me? I just gave you my money. And then over the course of the play, so much is revealed that she comes to believe it. The belief happens very early instead of the belief being the thing at the end that can push her to make a new choice, right? And I think if you hold that back, the other option is, if you don't want to do that, there's a saying in playwriting that you enter as late as possible, that you actually skip the here's the money and I only have half an hour, and you actually get us in a place where it's already happening. And we as the audience are like, what's happening? And we come to realize that Tabitha is channeling a cat. And then you don't have to worry about the acceptance because we take for granted that that's already happened. And then you can dig into the emotional weight. So I think either you need to deal with the reality or enter us so late that we're not worried about it, and then you can just tell the story you want to tell. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Questions, thoughts?
No.
Okay. Great. Thank you. Good work.
Thank you.
Good work. Good work. Yeah, I always recommend to people, if you can enter as late as possible, you buy yourself a lot of room to have the reality taken for granted, right? And you can get right into the conflict. Or if you hold it till the end, it kind of gives us somewhere to go. So that's just some general things to consider in your own writing. All right, Proximity by Cecilia Zugel. Good work, good work. And again, actors and director, wherever you may be. All right, you're getting setting the pattern. Tell us something about what was on your mind, or why you created this.
Yeah, I feel like it was like a lot of different ideas. Like I had a dream about zombie apocalypse where you're scared of being close to people, and then I was like coming of age zombie apocalypse, talking to camera zombie apocalypse, and then I was like, she needs to have a relationship, and then I like had experienced like a situation where someone and I were both clearly going in like different directions and nobody's wrong, but you have like a different thing going on and you just can't be together. And I was like, oh, zombie apocalypse where people can't be together, coming of age zombie apocalypse, whatever, and then this relationship, I'll put it in there. And I also like to sing, so then I was like, and it'll also be a musical. And then, yeah. And so I had it, and I was like, okay, I'm going to try and make this a small thing, because in my head it was a really big thing, but then I was like, okay, I'll try it out in this 10-minute thing.
Nice. Thank you. Yeah. First, and we just heard this from someone else too, like, actually totally follow your loves and the things you care about. I mean, that's right. Like, I like musicals. Show up with it. I like this is what makes us who we are as artists. We're following those instincts and figuring out how we use them, right? So great work. I also appreciate something you just said about like big and small, that how do you tell on stage the zombie apocalypse story, right? Because it's not Walking Dead. It's not sets and tons of people. You have 2 people in a room, shooting out towards the audience, and we understand we're in a zombie apocalypse, right? Like that is inherently theatrical in and of itself, that we strip everything away and we let the audience fill in half the vocabulary. That's the idea, right? So nicely done. I also really appreciated, I'm not even sure if you're aware the resonances that were coming up. Like I was thinking about, is this a metaphor for groupthink? I was thinking about the ways in which you were dealing with social media and what is it to be alone but to turn the attention on oneself, and what that attracts, and what, right? Like there were a lot of metaphors that, whether conscious or not, were actually at play in this moment that I thought were potent, right? Actual connection versus fake connection, as we think about, are we recording something just for ourselves or so that somebody can see our own face? These are big questions about...
That's all my director,
okay.
Emma.
Nicely done, good work.
Emma was very on top of that.
And what does it cost us? And I'm saying all this because it's 2 people in a room, and yet all of that is at play, and it doesn't necessarily have to be named, but especially because of the moment we're living in, it's present for us. So good work. Yeah. I just had a couple small things to consider. First is, wherever the zombie is, I appreciated the zombie. Thank you, nicely done. This is separate from performance. I want you to consider, what if this is a 2-hander? Because I don't know that you need those zombies on stage, and then we start expecting it to operate like a film or a TV show where we're seeing that world, and there's such a power in just those 2 figures and everything around them that we know is happening, but we as the audience are filling in. And I just remember to use the theatrical vocabulary, right? That we don't necessarily need those other bodies and voices and things, that we still get it, and it actually becomes a more potent statement about loneliness and about other things if we're only seeing 2 figures on stage.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. 2, I was curious about when you talked about the bigger version, and this being sort of a 10-minute version. Do you see this going somewhere else? I was wondering what you were envisioning.
I would love that.
Okay.
Yeah. I would love to make like a longer, with like song, like I feel like I was like, snippets of songs, and like we'll do this small trajectory of the relationship, but like if it went longer, what would happen if he followed her or they went together or whatever, which we also talked about, like, should it end differently or should we leave it wrapped up right now? Yeah.
So I'll tell you why I asked this. I find that in the 10-minute play format, sometimes when we go for a wrap-up in a whole trajectory, it can feel a little clean and a little rushed because it's so short. That in a way, I was very satisfied when one figure went away and the other was just there, and we are left with the tragedy of it. And actually, the decision to go felt to me like either hold back on that in the 10-minute form because it feels like you're giving us the button instead of just letting us live in the discomfort, or if you're going to do that, you're setting us up for something longer of 2 people on a journey. That this is a first scene, not a play in and of itself. So think about that form and function, right? 10-minute play and what you want to do and how open you want to leave it so it doesn't feel like we rush to a trend, to an end. Or that end is actually not an end, it's the end of a first scene of a longer play. So that's good news, right? So those are the things swirling for me. Any thoughts, questions?
No, I feel like a lot of this is stuff that we went into when we were practicing, and how do we? I don't know. So thank you for noticing it. We talked about at the end. One of the things was in the longer version, what would the consequences of this be, and would Peter eventually die because of this situation? And so originally I had it written at the end that he goes out on the stoop and a zombie clobbers him, but we didn't do that. Yeah. I don't know. Any thoughts? Appreciated.
I think we will leave that as an open question for friends and loved ones. But I think it's good you're sort of thinking these structurally. And I also want to say, this is why it's a collaborative art. Scripts are templates for plays. They're a play once they're in collaboration and on stage, right? A script is not a play. A script is a template for a play. So, or a blueprint, I should say. So, nicely done.
Thank you.
All right, friends. Here we go. Rats by Bailey Muse. Hi. Nice to see you. Good work again to the cast and director. Nicely done. Bailey, what do you want to tell us about your jumping off point or what was on your mind?
My mom. I really didn't want to do this talk back. Everyone gets to say their fun answer, and I get to be like, my mom has cancer. And it's I don't write about my personal life, and if I knew there was going to be a talk back, I wouldn't have submitted this play, so I don't know.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's all right. So, it's up to you. Would you rather not get feedback?
I'm sorry.
That's okay. You know what? It's all right. Here's what I'll just say. Good work. My only feedback was going to be that I think it's a beautiful piece that has the potential to continue and become a bigger piece if you want, because there's so much there. I don't need to offer anything else right now.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Good work. Thank you. Great. Thank you. All right. So let's go to I've Always Wanted to Be a Ghost, Samuel Stein. So, you know the pattern. Here we go. So tell us a little bit about anything you want to share with us about the point of inspiration or what's on your mind.
In a word, ghosts. In more words, so I, as a writer, I think I have a lot of cartoon characters dancing around in my head, and this was one of them, of a girl who I feel weird talking about it because to me it's one of the saddest concepts I think I've ever introduced with one of the happiest results, because this is a character that died younger than any person ought to, and no one could possibly be happier about this. It was sort of that dramatic irony that I initially thought of and just kind of ran with in Playworks, and would also like to highlight the tremendous efforts of the director, Rickerby Hinds, and the cast, Joy Adija, Michelle Lahr, who's sitting right there.
Thank you.
Truly, this play came to life because of them.
Great. Thank you. Good work. Great. So I really, again, I always like to start with what I sort of saw that worked and clearly communicated. I really appreciated, again, the sort of use of theatrical restriction, right? You've got two figures on stage, one enters, one silent, holding space. There's a surprising entrance. We have to kind of understand what situation we're in, and then it plays out from there, right? It's a very quick, in a way, expositional setup, right? You're giving us the visual picture of where we are, and then we kind of find out very quickly. I thought that worked well. I also really appreciated the theatrical surprise of you know, we expect we're in a play about death and trying to hold on to life, and then the theatrical surprise of like, sweet, you know, like this is what I wanted, right? And then the double theatrical surprise of, oh, it's not what I wanted because it's not what I thought I was going to get, or it may not be. We find out later it might be, but I think that's a nice upending of our expectation of what this is going to be. Mm-hmm. So good work.
Thank you.
I want to ask about Death's. So Death wants this figure, or I should use the proper term, Grimm. Thank you. Grimm wants Celeste to move on quickly, right? Mm-hmm. That's kind of where we start, because there's a like, great, I'll tell you later, I'll tell you later. Talk to me for a moment about when that gets abandoned, when Grimm makes the choice to stop trying to move Celeste on for a time.
You know, I think Grimm kind of remains sort of a joyful enigma to both me as a writer, the director, and poor Michelle, who had to portray them. So I think what I was going for, is a person who is inundated with work, as stated in the play. About 100,000 people die every day. Mm-hmm. So there's just a lot there. Mm-hmm. And I think this is the first time in a while, I'm not sure how long, that Grimm has sort of had to acknowledge the grieving process. Mm-hmm. Especially because I feel like traditional responses to grief have sort of become the status quo to this character. And this is the opposite of that. Yeah. Someone who is initially like, over the moon, this is exactly what I wanted, and then told what it actually is, right. And that's what breaks them. Yeah. So I feel like that's the moment where they're just kind of like, okay, I need to kind of slow this one down. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I hear that. So then my suggestion connected to that is, I think we need to feel or sense more of that conflict in Grimm. What I mean is, you set us up very quickly to expect that this is a character who has a very clear desire and a very clear want, and they're going to use tactics to try to get that want. They're moving this character. And pretty early in the play, that goes away. And I, as an audience, am like, oh, wait, so now what does this character want, right? And so because of that, I think consider more struggle against that, or more of that instinct to like, do the job. I've got 50,000 people waiting who just died in the last 12 hours. Oh, but I want to care. I need to slow down. Like watching characters in struggle with their own instincts and with them trying to achieve a want but being pulled back to it is interesting, funny, fascinating. And I think it's sometimes difficult to do that in a 10-minute play because we feel the pressure of time. Oh, we need to get to the next beat. I want to encourage you in a funny way to slow down, to yes, as you just said about Grimm, to allow for that internal conflict to happen because it will give the play more fire, right? That I'm trying to grapple with the thing I'm supposed to be doing while also having to slow down and trying to juggle both suddenly, right? It also, you're playing a kind of absurd landscape, it also will up the absurdity because suddenly I'm trying to do two things at once until I finally can't, right? And that then will let it play out at the end where we actually feel the weight of what it is to move on, right? So I think just as a general thing, think about that. Don't allow characters to kind of lose their main motivation too quickly, to abandon it without greater struggle. And I think that's going to get you where you want to go in a faster way. Does that make sense? Yeah. Questions, thoughts?
I'm tired.
Yeah, I understand. Well, good work.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, so let's go to the silence between the notes. Matthew Harmon. And again, let me start, and I didn't last time, so thank you for reminding me, with congrats to the team and the director. Nicely done. Talk to us. Tell us just a little bit about the inspiration or what was on your mind.
Yeah, I have been a musician for a long time. I had think about the role that like music plays just in like our lives as something that like follows us and like can like you hear one song that someone sang one time and that someone was important to you and suddenly you remember that person. And So I thought about that. I also am recently joined a gamelan ensemble at UCR. And our instructor, Joko, has a lot of Joko-isms and thinking about the silence between the notes as actually like what music is. And so I wanted to link that silence to grief and an expression of grief and thinking about how I've thought a lot in my life, I've lost a lot of people, and I think about like, oh, I have to keep going, I have to keep doing because that's how I'm gonna make them proud. Because they're not here to tell me that they're proud of me anymore. And really, when I have like really crashed and burned by doing too much, that's really what I should have done is just sat and like remembered them and then kept going and just done way less to honor their memory in a way that's like a little bit more self-preserving so that I can do more things. So yeah, I was thinking about that.
Thanks. I really appreciate that I got so much of that, right? The play is clear that you set up a character who's sort of a prodigy and able to pick things up and is always going and always doing, and then when you're sort of playing with these ideas of what is it for a perfectionist to sort of lose that ability, lose that perfection, and to allow space for feeling, and then allowing space for feeling allows for space to create, right? Mm-hmm. I kind of heard all that, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
So I really appreciated that, and in 10 minutes to help me hear all that thematically and metaphorically is a feat. So good work. I've just got some clarification questions. How long has it been since Mom?
This character is 16, and they realized pretty quickly that this child could do a lot. And so I envisioned that he lost his mom around like 4, kind of after this like reading at 2 years old, which I did as a kid. I would like pretend to read If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, and everyone in like the tri-state area was like, holy shit. Yeah, so I envision it's been about like 12 years.
Got it.
Without his mom.
Okay. Remind me, the play doesn't say that directly, correct?
No.
Okay. And was this character was born sort of skilled, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Had these gifts.
Kind of like a wonderkind prodigy kind of thing.
Yep. Okay. So hearing that, I just have a few small thoughts then.
Cool.
One is, I appreciated having Dad there.
Mm-hmm.
I also wondered about two-hander, three-hander. Yeah. And I'll tell you why, which is that there is a power in a 10-minute play of the relationship between the teacher and the student, and that third voice, while interesting in another picture of grief and another picture of something, feels like potentially a whole other play. And in a long play, that triangulation of these two forces and different kinds of grief can play out. But in a 10-minute play, I kind of don't get quite enough of one to fulfill on the other, right? So I think that's something to consider, again, that form thing of that if in 10 minutes you can focus in and we actually might hear things in a bigger way because we're not also worried about that other figure and their emotional journey, right?
For sure.
2, you just said something to consider, which is if this kid has been from 4 to 16, I wonder about a circumstance thing, which is that is there a power in considering that while this kid may be a prodigy and born this way, that the real ramping up of it and that it kicked in when the loss happened. Because there's so much in here about this being the kid's nature that then it's not as closely tied to the trying to control the world and trying to be and trying to do tied to loss.
Yeah.
And if you can tie it more closely to the loss as a kind of inciting incident for this character's trajectory, then what you're up to about the character needing to pause and feel the loss is much more tightly woven.
Yeah.
Right? Because if it's just the character's nature, then what I'm hearing is you need to slow down your nature, as opposed to you need to slow down your response to loss. And I think that's more what you're up to.
For sure.
So I think it's all there, so if you tie it more closely, it might have greater resonance and power.
For sure.
Thoughts?
Yeah.
Questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
In a lot of like 10-minute submissions and for theaters, it's like single setting. Yeah. It's like any more than one setting and we're out of here. Like thrown in the dumpster.
Yeah.
And so I'm curious if when you are pitching and like thinking about this like two-hander, if it's the son and the instructor in the room and we tie it so closely to the loss, can this play get to all these things that we're talking about without going to the son's room and having this quiet moment with just himself?
Sure.
Can it exist?
So I'm going to answer this in two ways.
Yeah.
First is it can, and how I would do it is let it be in the interactions with the teacher, right? He's in the room with the teacher, and the teacher says, I know you don't want to talk. And then we get all that, like we get it. Oh, you've not, I know it's been weeks and you're not playing. That's okay. Like, in other words, we don't get the moment of personal revelation there, but it actually plays out in the interaction. That's a way you can do it.
For sure.
So that's my answer to the question of, yes, you absolutely can. It's a different play, but it works. I also will say, while I tend to agree, we're also talking theater. I don't 100% agree with those who say a 10-minute play can't exist in that way. The power of two chairs on stage, shift of light, somebody's alone, they're having their moment shift back. It's kind of a false thing because the play is still all existing in that instructor room. That shift of light moves us to a different space momentarily, but we understand that the play itself is still living in this one space. So I think you can do it. It's just about containing it.
It's just deceiving theaters.
Yeah.
It's great. Awesome. Cool. Great. That's all I needed.
I'm glad I
awesome.
could help.
Amazing. Great.
So
awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Like and subscribe. Don't forget.
Great. Good work. Thank you. All right. Let us go to spam. Ammie Jergenson. Ammie Jergenson. And again, to the team, writer, to the actors, director, thank you so much. Good work. Same question. Anything you want to say, point of inspiration, or whatever was on your mind about the piece?
Yeah. I mean, it's a little weird. It was like fall of 2024, and I got this message out of the blue on Instagram, and it's this guy asking if so-and-so is my father, and I'm like, I think so. And he's like, oh, he's mine too. And I went, huh? And then he's like, and I knew his older kids. And I'm like, huh? And so it turns out I have 6 siblings I didn't know about. And, I can't date anyone in my hometown. So that's where it came from.
Great,
and
great.
I'm from Minnesota, so that's also where it came from.
Thank you. Great, thank you. I just need a moment. Okay, so first, I think that you're setting up some things that are really interesting, right? One is that you put us in this world of like, oh, this family, but they have a specific interest in place, this spam museum that's like the family legacy, and that's kind of a fascinating just view of a location and spot that kind of gives us an immediate sort of jolt of comedy. I appreciated that pulsing underneath this seemingly absurd situation are questions around legacy, are questions around how do we let go of family, what do we know about our families that we find out towards end of life. Like, all of these things are swirling in this kind of absurd comedy, and I think it's really an admirable sort of attempt to kind of meld that absurdity with these sort of questions of a family dealing with the reality of grief. I mean, there's a family reunion happening while the patriarch can't attend. All of that is at play and clearly expressed. So nicely done. Yeah. The reunion, I have a question about the reunion. So is the family there? Are they all there?
Yeah, they're around the museum somewhere.
Okay. So the Adolphine, am I saying it right?
Yeah, Adolphine.
Adolphine,
Yeah.
thank you. Adolphine is so Adolphine's making these announcements as though the museum's open to the public, but it's the family who's hearing it?
Oh, all of the above.
Okay, got it. So, what's I have a question about the reality for a second. So it sounds like in the reality, these are actual children of the father, and there's a whole history.
Potentially, or it's one guy.
Or it's one guy.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I think something to consider, there's a few things that I would consider if you were to do a rewrite.
Yes.
First is that you're setting up something that I think the play wants to get at but isn't fully getting at.
Probably.
Which is our parents the people who raise us, the people we're with, these questions, especially towards end of life, of do we really know them? The play is actually asking a profound thing about what do we know about the people in our lives, what secrets do they have, and when we are going to lose them, how important is it to actually know? And I think that if you give yourself the permission to let the play actually be about that, everything you've set up has a lot more resonance, right? Because right now, you're interested in sort of the absurdity of it and the game of the brothers, but what you've set us up for the audience to understand is that the play is actually about, do we really know these people we love? And as a result, I think the important relationship here is between the two siblings and what's playing out between them. But that sort of falls away because we're dealing with so much of the absurdity. And I think if you set up a brother shows up, but what's really going on is this dialogue between these two siblings and then trying to figure out who is dad, do we know him, etc. I think that's important. Two, the world is absurd, but it's not yet so absurd that I believe like the brother's actually going to poison them, right? I mean, that you set up. And I think, at least that's how I received it, that it's real, right? The bleach and the such. And I just want to offer that if that's the reality we're in a funny way, the play has to be even more extreme than it is, because it lives enough in actual reality of these people interacting in the family reunion and all that, that I suddenly, towards the end, I'm like, is he actually poisoning these people? And it takes me out, because I'm not in such an absurd parody kind of place that I just take it as a joke. And so I think there's just a question of what emotional reality are we in and what world are we in? Or are we in a world where everything's so absurd that nothing carries that weight, and the only thing that carries the weight is the emotional question of who do we know and what do we know? So I think there are just some things to look at here about rules that will help you decide. But I think if you were to go back into this play and you say, I'm going to write this play again or expand it and keep at the forefront the question of, do we know the people we love and what do we not know and how do we deal with that towards the end of their life? It's going to open up the play in a different way and allow it to really exist between your two main figures. Thoughts? Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Okay. Good work. You're welcome. Thank you. Are there 12 varieties of Spam?
There are.
Wow.
And they do have seasonal flavors. I have a maple one.
Okay. You describing that got an audible "you" from
Yeah. Good work. Mouthfeel, Emma Howard. Thank you. Good work, cast and director. Thank you so much. All right, tell us what's on your mind about this.
Yes. So February of last year, like 3 days after David Lynch died, I went to a screening in LA and I was standing in line for like an hour and a half beforehand, and the people in front of me in line were two people on like a Hinge date, and I was just listening to them for like an hour and a half, and they were just like trying to have a conversation and just like listing TV shows. And I was like, ugh, I'm like so glad I'm not on a date right now. This is so stressful for me. But also like this is like what first dates are like. And I'm like desperately lonely, and I would also love to be on a first date. And so I think that kind of like desperation for connection and like the impossibility of having an organic, when you have all of these social scripts that you feel like you have to use, how do you have like an actual connection with someone?
Yeah. I hear that, and thank you, because the play was very clear in that, like the sort of directness of the communication, the sort of not exactly speaking the subtext, but kind of stripping the interactions down to their kind of basics in a way. I thought was such a clear communication of what is going on dates and how people are trying to connect, right? And then and you really bring it home for us with the culmination of the waiter server figure coming and having their like, I too need connection and here it is, right? And you got to something true actually about what happens when we're in these interactions, right? Like two people are sitting across from each other, a third person comes in and they too want to be seen, heard, and loved because they're a human, right? And then the theatrical surprise of like, where does the connection actually happen is at the end between these two who have a love of loss together, you know, and that sort of like, genuine connection can happen anywhere, not just in the pre-programmed places and situations. Really interesting.
Cool, thank you.
I also thought, I appreciated your willingness to go to extremes, like you let things play out so that we could really see what you were up to. Right? You didn't short circuit it. Sometimes people get out too early. They go, "Oh, you got the joke, and so now I can stop." And instead, you're like, "No, we're gonna keep going. This is what you get, right?" So good. There were just a few things I would consider.
Yes.
Which is, you sort of set us up with some contrasts. Let me see if I'm right about this. I think what you were trying to sort of set up is that the figure on the right was kind of a more sort of, at first, nonverbal, direct, stripped down. The figure on the left had a more sort of spinning quality. Yeah. And then that kind of flips, right? Yeah. And what I started, I'm sensing from the that tell me if I'm right, that was there, but maybe wasn't fully examined in that, what is it to let those extremes be more extreme? And then if they flip, we feel that flip in a greater way. Yeah. Because this is also what happens on dates and things. So I've heard, it's been a long time. That you know, somebody's energy is one way, they're maybe protecting, or they're who they are. The other energy is trying to compensate for that. But the moment somebody opens a line of communication and they open up, the other person may take the other way. And I could feel the play almost playing in those dynamics, but not quite. The comedy gets greater, the view of human interaction gets greater if you let that setup and payoff happen and then the flip happen, right? Totally. Before I go further, thoughts about that? Does that make sense?
Perfect sense,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The other thing is I do want to talk about and so when the switch happens, it'll just feel more extreme. Yeah. Right? Two is that I do want to talk about the server, the waiter for a second.
Yeah.
This is just something to consider. You might want to hold back even more until you don't. Ooh. I don't know that you need those two almost interruptions, because there's actually a greater comedy. And first of all, because we're just getting to know the language of the piece. Yeah. So we're focused on these two figures, and then this other figure comes in and like slightly expresses, and we're like, we're distracted by it instead of actually digging in. I think the theatrical surprise of letting that server waiter figure just be that until they're not. Yeah. Because you then upend our reality, and I want to encourage you to sort of hold back. There are whole plays where I'm thinking of a Mac Wellman play, who's a New York downtown playwright. Who you know? Okay.
I love Mac Wellman.
Okay. Do you know Murder of Crows?
No.
It's like the first play I ever worked on. Okay. No, it's okay. All right, out. No. It's the first play I ever worked on years and years ago, and I can tell you, like, in college. And I remember what struck me was, if I remember correctly, it's been a long time, there was a figure who stood on stage the whole time. This is very Mac. And then, like, an hour in, has a monologue. Yeah. Right? Did not move, did not do anything. Yes. And then when that moment happens, you can feel the air change. And I feel like there's something here. We're watching two people date, and somebody's just doing their job. We think we're in a certain reality, and then they join. And the comedy is greater, the seeking of connection is greater. So holding your theatrical surprise and letting it be a surprise will have a greater payoff.
Cool. Yeah, I like that. That makes perfect sense.
Okay. So I think the big note here is really just taking your setup and actually thinking of them as characters, not just as vessels for the dating experience. Right. So then what they're doing is heightened, and then when the flip happens, we feel it in a bigger way.
Cool.
Yeah?
Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. Let's see. Infinite paper clips. Archer Pereira. Team, good work. Thank you. Artur? Whatever. Okay. Great, sure. Tell us, give us just a minute or two on what you're thinking.
Yeah, so the infinite paperclip is a thought experiment that comes from the extrapolation of what AI is capable of and would be capable of if given uninterrupted access. And the thought experiment comes to the conclusion that given an objective and infinite resources, the first thing the machine would do would be to kill all of humankind, because it would be the only thing stopping it from making more paper clips. So the play kind of plays with that idea and seeing how the machine evolves and how humanity deals with how the machine is evolving until it eventually destroys everything, and then it cannot fulfill its objective because as long as it remains, something is not a paperclip.
Right. Fascinating. Thanks. No, it really is, and good thing AI is not a reality. And so, first I want to say there are some things I really appreciated that I want to mention. I mean, first is just what you just said, the clarity of what the play was up to. I knew what the play was up to. I mean, I didn't know at the very beginning, but what I mean is, as the play went on, I was like, I understand that there's very clear commentary and exploration happening here, and this idea of infinite creation, infinite consumption, and how it's a snake eating its own tail, right? That was so clear and reflecting on the very lives we're living and what it is to be in a world of consumption and infinite resource taking, right? I also really appreciated the theatrical language that will annoy an audience, and that's the point, which is the incessant beeping, right? that actually there's a whole theatrical language that is about getting under the skin of the audience and purposely making them not comfortable, because there is that incessant, it doesn't go away, it can't be ignored, it's slightly annoying me, and that's the point. And I appreciated the willingness to do that, rather than saying, we get it, we understand it's still there, let's pull back on that, just going in that direction. I also thought there was a nice commentary on what is it to be with singular purpose or without purpose, and these questions of how, I thought all of that was there. So I have just one or two thoughts. Talk to me about the narrator for a second, and I'll tell you why in a moment, but who is the narrator?
So the narrator is kind of this figure that came to me from old 50s movies, warning about the dangers of something that's coming. And I just wanted to play with the idea of having this character on stage who is warning us about something that, number one, is inevitable, and number two, the narrator can't do anything to stop it.
Right.
And neither can anyone else.
Right. I will share with you, and this isn't an opinion exactly, this isn't like you should or shouldn't, this is me just telling you something I was thinking about, which is, I had a narrator question, because the thing about film and TV and radio is that the narrator becomes a figure who disappears. It's a voice, we never see the embodiment, or the embodiment is, I think of Twilight Zone, the figure that comes in the middle and then is gone. There's something about having a human being in physical space they're sharing with us that keeps popping up and is quite present in the piece, putting aside the reading, that I start wondering as an audience who that is, in a way that in film or TV I don't, because I just accept that it's an outside force. And I think the play might have greater power if you make a stronger decision about who that narrator is. Either it's a, it's a doctor voice from the time before. It's that only because, and this is where theater is its own form, I am sharing space with this figure and I start to seek meaning and connection because they're so present, right? So let me just pause there. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, there was always this question of who the narrator is. And in some points, the narrator interacts with the machine. Sometimes the machine does something the narrator doesn't expect fully. But I tried to play with trying to understand what the narrator was. And then at some point, I came to maybe the wrong conclusion that if the narrator is someone, then they have to say something at the end of the play. And I don't want the narrator to be the last word of the play.
So what I would just say is look at the possibilities for narration that either can come from within and then disappear, which is a statement in and of itself, or that as a character we might I'm making up a poor version. The last human to ever know, and they only know the story up to a certain point, and then they're gone, right? Like there are things that you can think about that tie us more closely to the story that still don't involve them having to engage in the story itself, and that also still allows you to do what you want, but takes care of the audience having that question and that wonder, right? The only thing, and this is good news, you were so willing to sort of allow the piece to have its vocabulary and the paper clips throwing everywhere, which was very enjoyable. The beeping. The only thing I would encourage is if you were to continue working on this piece, what are the other points of difficulty, annoyance, and repetition that actually can become present? How I think about, I did a work a few years ago where by the end of the show there was $5.5 million in fake $100 bills on stage. And I want to encourage you to think about what is it to go to the most extreme version of what you're creating so that we as the audience can no longer dismiss it as a sort of like, oh, that's funny, they're alluding to. How far can you go and how fast so that we are overwhelmed by it?
Yeah, there was an original concept of this where I would actually, if in a real production, like with an infinite budget, I would build a machine and have a machine on stage, and the machine would just dump out paper clips the entire play. And like, how long until the entire stage just paper clips and the actors can't do anything?
Yeah, I like those instincts. Good, good work. Good work. Thank you. And then some director will be like, our budget. We'll have gobos everywhere. There's lights. Yes. All right. So I think we are on the last play. Lights, camera, blast off. Thank you. And actors, director, thank you so much. Talk to us for a moment. Tell us what either inspiration or anything on your mind about it.
Sure. I don't have like a particularly profound answer to this. I just I really like space. Before I wanted to write plays, I wanted to do like astronomy. So I went home one day and I have from middle school this collection of books on astronomy, and I saw one written by Buzz Aldrin, and I was like, oh, that's such an interesting name, Buzz, where does that come from, who, and I did some research, and it's a nickname that he created. He has a bunch of nicknames that he tells people to call him, and I was like, what, that's an interesting personality trait. And then also he's second man on the moon, what would that make a person who needs to assert their identity sort of do? So then I just started playing around with the idea of them as characters, and everyone has their own theories on the moon landing, so I thought, why don't I just try mine? But
Cool. Thank you. So I appreciated the sort of reveal to us, of oh, these familiar figures, and okay, it's an absurd version of these figures. Oh wait, they're shooting it is the conspiracy theory about it, and then you upend our understanding of that, and no, it's not the conspiracy theory about it. They actually become the actual astronauts, and it's a real moon. There was some really fun theatrical surprise in that, so I appreciated that. I thought that the sort of, Buzz is trying to make some money and hawk Pepsi, and Neil is sort of noble, but maybe not too swift. Right, and the director is trying to get theirs. I thought you were playing in a lot of tropes and understood the value of them, so that was nicely done. You also, again, understood single set. We're in a place. We're literally on a set, right? So good work. Because you're dealing with a topic that has these sort of real figures, an absurd version of these real figures, and you're also playing on the conspiracy theories around it being fake and filmed and all those, I can't help but as an audience member start to think of this as commentary or satire, because it just, as soon as you do that, that's what it causes me to do. I'm looking for the meaning, right? And so I'm going to ask you a question. You might go, I don't know, or that wasn't my intention, but if you're satirizing something, if you're sort of parodying something, or parodying not exactly, but if you're making a commentary on something, what would that be?
I guess I did think about this when I was sort of writing it, and just kind of like when I was a kid, like having hope in like the moon landing being real, but I guess like just kind of, I mean, I was thinking like of like a, you know, like America and kind of like how I feel like things are pushed, capitalism and things are sort of pushed out, and like you want to, like would they try, what extent would the like government go to like do this the easy way before like they have to do it this way? Or, I don't know, that was like kind of my thought, or like the, you know, making things easier before, I don't know, that was kind of my, I haven't worded it great, but yeah, taking the easy route, I guess.
So, in response to what you're saying, I think what I'm hearing you say is that maybe underneath your intention is to actually satirize the government. That the government itself is an entity that in an attempt to win, an attempt, or an attempt to hold power, they make some choices. When those choices don't work, only then are they willing to do the real thing, right? I think if I were to go back into this play as a writer, I would say, if that's what you're satirizing, know that in a rewrite, because that will inform everything you write. Because right now, I was like, for a second I thought, are you actually satirizing Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong? Which then that gets a little uncomfortable because they are real figures who are astronauts, right? So I start to wonder, what are you saying about them? And what you're telling me is that they are merely a vessel for you to satirize the government. So if you go into a rewrite, I would go through every line of the piece and say, how is this actually a commentary on the absurdity of the government trying to hold on to power or create power, not on the absurdity of these figures? It doesn't mean they can't be absurd, but it needs to be in service of something else because they are real figures, right? This is one of the challenges when you're dealing with real characters. I start going, what are you saying about them? And what it sounds like is you're not attempting to say anything about them, you're using them as a vessel to something else, right? So I think you want to be careful about that.
Yes.
Okay. Two, the director, I have two other just quick thoughts. The director, I appreciated, like, I knew you were playing in the absurdity of the director talking to NASA and kind of revealing everything. I would just say, again, deal with the complication of what you set up. This director's trying to hold on to a job and save their career. If that information comes from the director's then got to catch themselves. I can't believe I did that, right? As opposed to, because right now, it's a writer giving, like, we're witnessing the information being doled out, as opposed to the director would be doing everything they could to hide the situation and maybe can't help but reveal it, right? So does that make sense?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Because they're trying to hold on to a job, right? My last question, and then we'll call it, is Neil. So does Neil, take me through this for a second. Buzz clearly knows what's going on. So does Neil think that he's actually going to the moon, or does he, like, there's sort of this moment where it seems like it's new information to him?
Yes, my thought with that was just like, he thinks it's just like a film set, like they're making a like fiction movie, sort of like a space flick, but.
Oh, he doesn't realize, I see. So he sort of doesn't realize it's a propaganda.
Yes.
Okay. All I would say is, that's a really funny notion. And again, because you're dealing with real people, we want to think about that. But taking that on its face, I would just encourage you to be then even clearer about that. Because in the moment, I was like, I think I know what's going on. Because he named propaganda and seemed shocked. But if you just up that a little bit more, you're already living in a pretty blunt world. You can let it be even more blunt, and then the comedy goes up too. Yeah? Yeah. But I thought overall funny. You dealt with some physical comedy. They're fighting while somebody's on the phone trying to, like, all of those things are at play. And so just asking what it's in service of will make the commentary more clear. Great. Good work. My pleasure. So congrats to everyone. Congrats on this year's Playworks. Thank you for having me. For those at home, thanks for sticking it out. And I just want to say, I always close by saying this, that I want to just thank you to the writers. This is, you know, as we know, it's a vulnerable space to have your work just read and then have somebody giving you what I hope is friendly and helpful feedback, but nonetheless. And so I just want to thank you for your generosity and for listening, and genuinely take what you want and leave the rest. Like, if something resonates with you, great. And if you're like, I'm not sure about that, don't be sure about it. It's okay. It's your play. So I'm just here to kind of help. So thanks for having me.
Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful night. Get home safe. Wow.